Hey everybody, I got some breaking news for you. It's looking very likely that global tetrahedron will seize control of InfoWars in the coming days.
It finally happened. My former employer, The Onion, finally owns InfoWars. This has been like a year and a half coming. A long, protracted legal battle with Alex Jones, and it's finally come to a close. Now it's time for me to call up my former employer for an interview. Yo, it's Travis. I used to work there like 6 years ago. Y'all got time for an interview about the Alex Jones thing? Excuse me? Well, that didn't go quite as planned. Yes, it turns out I'm not popular enough yet on YouTube for it to be worth it for the new owners of The Onion to talk to me, because frankly, they don't know who I am. I didn't work there when Ben Collins owned it. I got laid off by the previous owners, Great Hill Partners. So, you know, they've forgotten how important I am. So that means over the next couple of months, we gotta change that, which is where you come in, like and subscribe. The exact response I got was, we're being very selective about who we speak to and who represents us. Which is basically saying, Travis, you're not popular enough to represent us. So step one to reacquiring my standing with my former employer is this video. We're gonna take a look at Alex Jones's reaction to The Onion buying his baby, and him discovering Tim and Eric for the first time and seemingly having a meltdown. Or is he? Honestly, I've thought for like a while that Alex Jones was a CIA plant. That's why he's never been taken down. I'm not alone in thinking this either.
Alex Jones has always been a f***ing psyop.
If Alex Jones didn't exist, the CIA would invent him.
Which makes it so fascinating that this has finally happened. Like, I legitimately didn't think it was gonna happen. I thought he would weasel his way out of this forever and never have to pay anybody any money because he had ties to the government and the CIA. I guess I was wrong. Alex Jones is either one of the greatest method actors of all time or one of the most unhinged lunatics of all time. Or more likely, both. Nobody can go for hours and hours like Jones. Now, the first clip I saw of Alex Jones reacting to Tim Heidecker taking over his job is this one, where he's like shirtless and seemingly wandered into the studio at random to accost the host in the middle of a broadcast.
You can't take something over and then act like you're somebody, even if you say it's a parody. You can do a parody of somebody, but none of you took something from them. Right. You've already checked with lawyers, so they're in deep shit. I'm already suing the Democrat Party law firms, already got civil rights lawsuits. Look, just because you're wearing my shirt, don't mean you're me. So let's be 100% clear about that. And so you guys just keep laughing.
Sale of Alex Jones InfoWars to The Onion rejected, and I'll get into this and
So but yeah, they need to be us to confuse people. By the way, it's a total failure. He goes, oh, we're the 5th biggest newspapers. That's a lie. Newspapers are all dead. Charlie Kirk, remember when he died, they said, we're gonna misrepresent fake quotes of him. This is what the left do. They try to silence you, then they misrepresent who you are. They're body snatchers. They're skinwalkers. They literally take your skin. This is gonna backfire big time, folks.
Peak Alex Jones. For a while, I thought Alex Jones was like doing a bit, you know? And surely he knows at this point what The Onion is. They've only been trying to acquire his company for over a year. He must be familiar with their style of humor by this point. Has he done any research into them and what they do? According to Ben Collins in an interview he didn't do with me, conservatives have like kind of no idea what The Onion is or why it's funny.
The whole point in all of these things, not to be pedantic about satire, but like in the humor, in the sacred topic that you seem to be defiling, you're actually revealing something fundamentally interesting and useful about us, in which the person being made fun of is not one of the most traumatized victims you can imagine, but it's often incredibly powerful people in institutions.
I did kind of notice that with some of my family members, where they knew that I worked at like a comedy website, but they didn't really know what the comedy was all about. For instance, apparently Fox News reported as fact that The Onion reaches
4.3 trillion daily readers, which is on our website somewhere, but I don't even know where. It's not even on the About section. I don't know where they found that.
Guys, think about those numbers for a second. That many people don't exist. There's only 8 billion people in the world. And that's what makes this so funny. They simply cannot grasp this humor. So to them, it becomes this like projection of what they believe, because all they do every day is spew the stuff that they allegedly believe. I think it breaks a conservative's brain to say things that you don't actually mean.
And they're gonna have a satire site where they pose as me and say, I'm a criminal, and they're gonna tell outrageous lies, saying it's satire, and then attribute it to me. They've already said this before, but they say it even more here.
It's called satire, you f***ing beefy prick.
In a recent video I did over on my 3rd channel with my Bernie Sanders puppet, I talked to a person in an inflatable eagle costume about exactly this.
The costumes look pretty damn stupid, and that's the point. Point is, you interrupt the rhetoric that the far right is spewing. It looks ridiculous to attack protesters who are wearing, you know, giant inflatable frogs, unicorns. Both sides take themselves pretty seriously but I think the left takes themselves slightly less seriously.
So true, because like back in the election, it was like Tim Walz was saying like calling them weird was the most effective insult because they just don't know how to handle it.
They take themselves so seriously.
Yeah.
It must be exhausting going through life without a sense of humor.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are.
I'm the InfoWar. You are the InfoWar. And that's who we are.
I want to get to all of Alex's reactions to this because they're unbelievably, they're funnier than I thought they were going to be, I think. I really am surprised where he went with it.
All right, in case you didn't know already, Alex Jones did an entire stream where he was watching Tim and Eric videos, specifically their Steve Mahanahan's Child Clown Outlet videos. I guess I get why he's so confused. It's some of the weirdest stuff that Tim and Eric's ever produced.
I want to warn viewers right now that you're about to see absolutely horrific, disturbing information. And this is aired on national cable television many years ago. But listeners began last night to send our news director, Rob Dew, clips of the individual who is saying he's taking over InfoWars next week and who says he can do my voice, and I guess he's bald-headed, so he's going to say he's me to discredit me and put out lies to hurt me, and that he, quote, is stealing my job and my identity.
It's called satire, you fucking beefy prick.
So because Alex Jones doesn't understand humor, what he thinks this is a psychic projection of the depraved inner thoughts of the people making this video to try and push these ideas onto an unsuspecting populace.
Now you can take one look at these guys, deranged demons. You just look at them. When they send the lawyers to these cases, they cackle and laugh and rub their hands together like demons. I mean, you have to go see it. My lawyers are like, what is up? They feel like demons. They are demons. That is who's crawled up out of hell to do this. And the graininess of it, the sickeningness of it, the children, and all the symbolism when you know what they're doing, and the simulated murder of children, and kidnapping them and loading them on ships, then using them up, and all this when you study the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, this is it.
I don't know, after this clip I was like, oh, he's doing a bit. He doesn't actually like believe any of this. He's just banking on his followers not to actually watch or understand any of Tim and Eric's humor and like buy fully into it. But then I put myself into the shoes of somebody like 15 years ago who just discovered Tim and Eric. Back when that stuff was originally coming out, like nobody understood the humor. It was like, you got it or you didn't.
They might get tired and try to rest.
You gotta keep them awake. Go ahead, use my horn.
That's part of mind control. Sleep deprivation for children. MK Ultra.
Real quick, remember what the guy who's not me said about satire. The victims, child clowns, are not the joke. The awfulness of the Mahanahan family is the joke.
My child clowns are blind, they'll eat anything.
Jeffrey Epstein, how to get a baby to nurse on their penis.
He's seeing the bones of the joke, but the meat's all raw. This is because conservative humor is entirely based in punching back. Alex Jones treats everything that he does as deadly serious, even if we treat him as just a big dumb joke. When he's joking, he's punching down at the sheeple, right? He does stuff like this.
Liberal, 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 happy fun, la la la, human smuggling, fentanyl deaths, forced government euthanasia, chopping up children's genitals, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
He's not interested in interrogating any of those things, only using them to sell you dick pills. That paper tiger brand of humor is entirely based on projections of power, punching down at the little guy and laughing about it. Bully stuff. This is what Alex Jones thinks is funny.
If you want to get defeated, you came to the right place. And you can't stop the signal, no matter how hard you try. So you think this is my Waterloo? I haven't felt like I'm 20 since I was 20, and I do right now. So just knock yourself out, bro. Knock yourself out.
Okay, bud. This is an obvious problem when trying to analyze the Mahanahan clown videos. Alex doesn't get the joke because he doesn't identify with the clowns. He identifies with the Mahanahan family. So before we watch Alex Jones struggle to get the joke, let's make sure that we actually understand Tim and Eric's brand of humor first. When people in my life used to tell me that they didn't get Tim and Eric's brand of humor, I used to point them at this Medium article. I don't get it. A Guide to Tim and Eric for Mem Mems and Pep Peps by Kathy Fisher. In this blog post, Kathy constructs a triangle around which we can start to piece together the structure of what Tim and Eric's style of humor is. At the heart is a governing concept, the ontological distance between 1. Modern professional television and film, 2. Local public access television, home video, online video, and any other non-professional thing that you could find on a screen, and 3. Real life. She uses this Richard Dunn skit, R.I.P., as an example of the layers of comedy at play that the viewer hopefully on some level picks up on. In the sketch, Richard Dunn plays the host of what's presumably a public access show about rock music. His guest is David Navarro of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, a real-life guitarist and bona fide famous person. So to summarize what she's saying a little bit, layer number 1 of the humor is the juxtaposition of this unprofessional old man next to a celebrity. This is not what you expect out of an interview with Dave Navarro. Layer 2 is when you start to question the infrastructure behind how this man, Richard Dunn, managed to book Dave Navarro for this interview. Next, you remember that this is actually a show within a larger show. Everything here actually has a big budget and is on cable television, and truly should not be. So this discomfort is intentional. And discomfort in humor is like a comedian's way of telegraphing to you that they want you to question something. Alex, keep that in mind, bud. Finally, layer 4 is when you start to see more of Richard Dunn in the larger project of Tim and Eric Awesome Show Great Job. He's this way in everything, and like not really acting, breaking your expectation of what an actor actually even is. Comedy is about juxtaposition, so the 3 things that make up her triangle are all juxtaposition points that you can draw on for comedy. Now, going back to Alex Jones, in Kathy's Medium article she writes, "There's no sense of, we're cool, but look at these losers. Loserdom is celebrated. Tim and Eric is all about embracing uncoolness. It frames fake tans and cap teeth as something hideous. Weirdos and outsiders are embraced for being unique and strange and interesting." Alex Jones does not celebrate loserdom. He looks at losers as people he can sucker into shelling out money for super male vitality. Again, he is the Mahanahan family, a person who desperately wants you to think what they're doing is cool. This is the opposite of what the show is celebrating, and thus, they only come off as increasingly unhinged freaks running a vile business. Just like Alex Jones at InfoWars. Welcome to the Mahana mirror, Alex. That's the joke that Alex Jones can't seem to get. Perhaps we'll never get. A tragic, humorless narcissist forever punching down at the bottom of the barrel. So with all that in mind, let's watch Alex Jones flounder in the face of a couple of savants.
So let's start with child clown outward skits from the Cartoon Network. Tim and Eric, Awesome Show, Great Job. Show's written by Tim Heidecker, the guy that's taking over, who says he can talk like me. They made several skits about child clown ritual services where kids are shipped, trafficked to homes used as slaves, each one getting worse in
We're going out of business. Time to close up shop. I touched a clown. Now I'm going to jail. I touched.
So now they got the babies because they might speak. This is nice people taking over InfoWars. Here we go.
Ow!
Yeah, the baby, attack the baby. It's a clown. It's okay.
My father forced me into this child clown business. I hate him, but I love my brother.
Rest in peace, boo-boo. Pause. It's all about the pedophiles have been forced to. Most of them were themselves. They're telling you everything. Let's keep going.
Down. Sit down on my head.
Pause. Back it up. This is Will Ferrell now into the ball outlet where you get your kids and torture them to death. Let's continue. This is Ted acting us. Here it is.
I keep my seed in tubes and plastic bags. Put it
Talk about semen and pause. Phallic symbol. Again, they're all about fresh kids. That's a big thing with them. Let's continue.
Look, I'm a clown breeder. It's in my blood. It's in my balls.
Yeah, pause. They say clowns are children. He's a child breeder. Continue. It's all about how the elite has to deal with the wranglers.
Oh, not a good time right now. I'm gonna have to bury him in the back if he keeps acting like
And
that.
pause. Real baby, a year and a half old. I'm gonna have to kill this baby because it's crying. They're bragging to you, and they're taking over InfoWars. They say that's who they are. That's the Onion. The guy that's taking over, the main Onion guy, is the writer for this. Continue. Oh, they're on an island. Kids.
You gotta buy tickets.
What is this? 10 years old? What's the date of this, guys? Look it up.
Come on down, see the head hat shark eye crows. Behind closed doors, you do what you like.
Adult Swim 10 years ago.
It's called satire, you f***ing beefy prick.
But that's who we're up against. So if you don't support us at thealexshowstore.com, you are literally backing the demons of hell.
It's dumb. He just like is telling on himself that he doesn't know what comedy is, or he's intentionally playing ignorant to what comedy is to try and sell you some t-shirts.
I designed this, the Betsy Ross flag with 250 on it. Semi-quintennial. That means 250, baby. America's birthday with badass hats as well. InfoWars is 28 years old. America's 250. And look at the back of this clean shirt. USA 250, 1776 forever. Look, just because you're wearing my shirt, don't mean you're me.
Now, after Tim and Eric ended, Tim Heidecker has been on an absolute streak. I think On Cinema just ended, something that I used to watch religiously back in the day. His 2020 stand-up special is maybe one of the best breakdowns of like, I think he's doing like an impersonation of Rob Schneider.
Shut up for a second. This whole fucking place has been a nightmare. I've been here since 6 in the morning, teching this goddamn show, and everybody here, I'm talking the camera guys, the people that work here, have been treating me like shit from the minute I got here.
But it's one of the best encapsulations of right-wing comics that I have ever seen put to film. It's unhinged and uncomfortable and completely skewers the type of people who think that they can just like go up on stage and be mean and that's funny. You can be mean and funny, but most people can't pull that off very well.
You know, and he's a Mexican guy. And I said, "Are you okay?" You know, and he said, "I'm afraid that ICE is going to take me back to Mexico." And I felt like, wow, that's awful. Because these are the people that we want in this country. You know, people are working really hard. Then he completely screwed up my lunch and was like, "Get this guy out of here."
This is why I think Tim Heidecker is like the perfect replacement for Alex Jones. He is also one of our generation's greatest method actors. He does not break. He can hold these ridiculous, unhinged characters over like entire conversations and improv sessions.
He is an expert at this. He has a Joe Rogan parody that goes on for 14 hours, but they don't say anything.
He's really been crafting the perfect anti-character to like an Alex Jones for almost his entire career now. Daytime crazy person podcasts have really replaced the daytime television of the 90s and 2000s. Like Dr. Phil went from Dr. Phil to Dr. Phil. Ugh. A lot of Tim Heidecker's comedy is like based in parodying those types of people.
Figured you're doing a good Alex Jones is right here, right where the microphone's at. You're doing it right, you don't even feel the gravity.
Now he said something in an interview with Sam Cedar that I found very interesting.
Did you apply for this job?
No, they reached out to me for my 2 cents about if they caught the car, what should they do with it? And we just kept talking about it. And I thought if The Onion took over InfoWars, it would be funny for about 3 months, and then it would just be over. You know, there's just only so much runway you got with that kind of humor. We're just gonna like turn into one of these comedy streaming sites that keep failing, but we keep trying. A space for funny people to make stuff and give them money, which feels like a really funny overall joke at the end of the day. If like, you know, InfoWars is the premier source for trans comedy.
Also, he can bring up young comedians. A big thing that's been missing, I think everybody feels this way. There's just nothing funny on TV anymore. There's not a lot funny in movies or whatever. People aren't taking any risks. Tim knows the people who will take big risks, and we want to, you know, embolden him, give him some space, give him a set, give him a whole ham. I don't know, maybe he'll do something with that. Just give him some time to go nuts, and that's what the new InfoWars is going to be.
All right, Ben, if you're watching, and you might actually be. Tim said these things keep failing, but why is that? It's because of this platform right here, YouTube. Listen to what Noah Hawley, the creator of Alien Earth and the Fargo TV series, recently had to say. You're producing films and TV for hundreds of millions of dollars and losing eyeballs every day to things that are free. Our biggest competition is YouTube, which spends $0 to make anything. If I'm spending $150 million to $170 million to make a season of Alien, that's a lot of money. And it sounds like this is already the plan, but if you're gonna make a streaming service, don't just throw a bunch of money at celebrities to make content for you like Quibi did. Lure people to your platform who already would be making content for it for free by just like paying to produce their content. I think that's how all the YouTubers who try and sell me on Nebula say it's set up. In my opinion, that's the successful model. I don't know, Dropout just feels like an anomaly to me. It feels like that should be going the way of Rooster Teeth right now. What you shouldn't do is turn it into like a Daily Wire parody. I don't know if anybody's got enough money to fund a bunch of internet trolls to make their own pet projects like the Pendragon Cycle. But Ben, if you do want to waste a bunch of money on a satirical fantasy series that'll tank the company, I got ideas. If you need a Ben Shapiro for your comedy network, hit me up. Anyway, there's more speculation to be done, but also more
I wanted to air this because I got sent this and I saw this and I watched most of it. I didn't see it all this morning. It's like 30 minutes long, but I watched part of it. And the guy's saying he's criticizing me because you do that, you don't get banned by the algorithm. And he's just one surfer coming on the waves we created. So he pretty much gets it. I thought it was entertaining and informative. He's also got a pretty ridiculous name, Extra Chill Goblin. We always like goblin jokes. I don't know why. I mean, goblin jokes years ago, they became super viral, so whatever. Yeah. We'll air that. So here's Extra Chill Goblin, and then Harrison Smith takes over. Here it is. Extra Chill Goblin. He pretty much gets it. Dirty. He's also got a pretty ridiculous name. Extra Chill Goblin Vomit, Slop, and Blood. I thought it was entertaining and informative. He's got a goblin guide charging into a goblin's nest. I don't want to see him kissing goblins. I just don't want to catch him in bed with a goblin. Literal vampire belly goblins are hobbling around coming after us. Extra chill goblin.
And Wednesdays at the other time, noon. Oh, geez. Listen, I just...
to get me enough subscribers to interview Ben Collins at The Onion alone. I need to keep making videos like this and exploiting the fact that I used to work for The Onion, and you need to keep subscribing so that I get enough clout to interview Ben Collins over at my former employer, The Onion, and maybe speak to one of my heroes, Tim Heidecker. Let's make this happen.
Oh, don't call me sir. Why don't you call me daddy? Say yes, daddy.
Okay, sorry. Oh, geez. Hello? Hello? Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, we're good. And chat's stuck again. I don't understand why. I thought I fixed all this before we started. But no, it's good. It's okay. I know how to fix this stuff. Okay, one of the worst openings to a stream ever. That's fine. That's fine. Why does it... What the heck? Why does it look like that? Why on earth does the chat look so horrible? Hang on. I mean, at least it's okay, there we go. Wait, huh? No. Try one more time. All I know, okay, that seems good. What? Huh? Okay. This is the start of the show. Starting now. All right, welcome to the show. This is the noontime show. I know the theme song says that it's 8:30 p.m. on Sundays. Well, that's not what time it is right now, and in fact, it's a different time. It's it's Wednesday at noon. Stream is being physically attacked by an onion.
That's right. That's right. The onion is taking my skin. They've stolen my skin away.
I loved when I know he had a clip of it in this video. I love when they had like a literal onion. Like at some point in this part, I don't know.
Then they misrepresent who you are. They're body snatchers. They're skinwalkers. They literally take your skin. This is going to backfire big time, folks.
They are this part. I love when the InfoWars guys got like an actual onion and drew a sad face on it. That was my favorite part of this whole thing. Funnier to me than Alex Jones with his shirt off, talking very seriously about what the situation was. Funnier than Alex Jones going over all the Tim and Eric sketches. Although that was pretty good. But this was my favorite part. The literal onion. Like, I mean, it's actually kind of perfect because he takes everything that the onion says completely literally, including he seems to believe that they are an actual onion. It's very funny. He's like,
Onion, you need to give me back InfoWars by the end of the day, by midnight, 11:59 p.m. Today, or you don't know. Well, if you ever want to see your child onion head again. I will not hesitate to bite directly into this onion. I've got that's the secret of how I sound like this. I eat too many of these onions raw, like an apple.
Cool. But yes, while I'm here, let me shout out this dude, TVTravis. You know TVTravis, and yeah, really good video, like completely up my alley. I will say, talking about Alex Jones, comedy stuff, comedy theory. You know, The Onion. I guess this guy used to work for The Onion. But what a slickly produced, edited video from such a small account. Like, you know, this is 746 subscribers. Although I think did he say at the beginning he has another account that does like puppet shows? Or was that card? He's got a card. What is it? I don't even really know what that means. TVTravis. Look at this guy. He's more pro than me. Jeez. Okay, I got to get on TVTravis's level. Now, it does seem like I think it's only the one channel that I can find. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah. Professional YouTube editor who used to work for the Onion Clickhole AV Club. Okay. So I suppose he was a video essayist. Or sorry, not video essayist, video editor. Now he's gone into YouTube. That's cool. Love it. And he's got stuff about flat Earth. He's got stuff about, travel, humanoid robots, why protests work. Anyway, yeah, this guy seems sick. Give him a follow, gang. Let me pop that shit in the chat. That was solid, I must say. I was impressed. Meet the furry running for Congress. All right. Sure. I'd love to meet the furry running for Congress. Okay. This channel seems great. Yeah, the Alex Jones video just kind of popped up on my recommended page, and I just watched it now for pretty much all the way through. I usually try not to play the entire video, but what can I say? I got sucked into it. Also, I was trying to eat breakfast quickly while it was going. But hey, I didn't play the whole thing. If you want to watch the last few minutes of it, please check out that video. I don't want to be stealing the guy's views. Hopefully, I would like to help him out.
Listen, we've got at least 32 people watching. That's more than enough to add. If 1 in every 10 person watching right now goes and follows TVTravis.
Oh, I'm breaking my channel in half. Oh, so he did have another channel.
Yo, what?
Oh, if his other channel's big, then I'm gonna feel silly. Oh no, it's not. Okay, it's even smaller. I'm a professional YouTube editor. Okay, I'll follow him over here too. Travis T. Used to work the Onion, the AV Club, and Clickhole. Now I'm a professional YouTube editor. Okay. I'm into it. And is this behind the scenes at Mark Rober's rocket launch? Oh, wow. Okay, this guy is like... So maybe he edits like Mark Rober videos. All right, so that's how he's so slick. He's editing like some of the like biggest YouTubers. Interesting. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll check it out. I'll watch it. Why wouldn't I watch it? Is Alex Jones the Homer Simpson of conspiracy channels? Huh. Sorry. Honestly, that question stopped me in my tracks. I don't even... Yeah, that's a really good question, but I'm not sure. I mean, I guess so. Well, it depends on what you mean by the Homer Simpson. Like, what do you mean by that, Mr. E? Wait, what does it mean to be the Homer Simpson of something? The patriarch? The father? Is he the father of conspiracy channels? Kind of. He kind of is. Is he the dim-witted, hilarious father of all conspiracy channels? I mean, basically, yeah. I don't know if that's what you meant by that, but I mean, I don't. Yeah, I think so. Also, I don't know if you guys can see this, but check this out. One sec. Got a new little backdrop here. Can you see that? Hang on. Oy. I got a new stuff hanging up on the wall behind me. I got a new stuff hanging up on the wall behind me. That's how I decided to go with that sentence. Me unfazed. Me 100% phased. Move over XCQC. We have XCG. Oh, is that how I should do it? Lowercase x, capital C, lowercase g. Sick. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about that. What? Huh? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, there's a Bohemian Grove poster behind me. See that? I think Goblin Queen found that on Etsy or something, or not Etsy, Temu, one of those ones. Bohemian Grove, 1971, Midsummer Encampment. It looks all trippy and like psychedelic. It's cool, huh? It's cool, huh? That blurry thing that you can't quite see. Anyway, I don't know. It is cool. But enough of that. Enough of that nonsense. All right. I'll put this down a little bit. Hey, listen, we're still figuring things out over here. This is my first stream. I'm new to streaming. Oh, God, my hair looks so crazy. I just woke up. Woy. No, wrong. How about this? Will this one work? I don't know. I haven't really figured out hair. It'll come to me one of these days, I'm sure. But for now, a little bit behind the stuff. Scum. Homer Simpson is an idiot savant. Yeah. Yeah. You think Alex Jones, like, if he'd be like, we gotta stop the globalist baby harvesting cowards, those preening aristocrats that run everything, the technotronic technocracy, Baphomet worshipping maggot liberals, whatever. And then he's like, no, the complete takeover of the New World Order and he pulls like a crayon out of his nose. He's like, and we've got to stop the globalists from, oh, wait a minute. Now, let me see what we should do. I don't know. I couldn't think of a smart thing for him to say. Perhaps it's more complicated than simply a global plot to take over the world and eliminate 80% of the population in favor of the elites. Perhaps it's more individual people responding to a common incentive who have the money to progress things in the direction that's most helpful to them. Anyway, let me put this crayon back up my nose. It's the occultists. They're druidic, Satan-worshipping, secret, ephemeral, occultist, occluded guys. They worship the devil, folks. Look at this picture of Tim and Eric, and he says his name is Spaghetti, and he's hiding behind a tree. That's the work of literal demons. Folks, you gotta believe me, this guy's evil. Yo, chat, what are your thoughts on Little Nicky, the Adam Sandler movie? I think it's an underrated classic. All right. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I never saw that one. That one's pretty firmly in a category of films that I have not paid much heed or mind to, assuming those are two different things. Oh, now I see what Hot Goblin's saying. James talking about other beautiful women. Me, unfazed. James talking about slick editors. I didn't say that you were a slick editor, Hot Goblin, and I would never say that. But what I did say was that he's doing better than me with his promotion and stuff. He's got all these, links. I'm like, dang, I got to get in on that. Some of that sweet action. All right. All right, now. Now, lots of stuff I want to go over today. Is there really lots of stuff? Not really. There's a few things I want to go over today. And I'm going to do my best to make this stream last. But whatever. I don't want to force it. But we got a few things. Oh yeah, we've been thinking about Hot Goblin's been telling me I got to do like this thing where Wednesday streams have to look different than the Sunday streams, so there's like a different vibe or whatever. And so we've got like the lights are regular on. This is not like bisexual lighting. This is heterosexual, cis normative, patriarchal, white supremacist lighting. And that's how it's a Wednesday at lunch stream. We're all at work. And then on Sundays we got the bisexual lighting, and things get a little crazier, I guess. So this is the normal version of the stream. And also, Hot Goblin suggested that I don't do any obsidian boards for the Wednesday stream. I just do kind of, I don't know, reaction content, I guess, or just like not as planned. But that's the idea. That's where we're going. Straight lighting. Yeah. I don't know. I have like my I have lights that are lighting me, but I also have like the normal light in the room on, and I don't know, that feels like a lot. That's a lot of lighting. You guys are seeing me in a way that I don't like to be seen, But hey, whatever. Yeah, you like the daytime aesthetic switch up? Okay. Well, let's look at some stuff, shall we? I've got some stuff to see. Such some stuff for me. Oh, no, that ain't right. Hang on now. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. But it's okay. I know how to fix it. It's okay, gang. I know exactly what I'm doing. There it is. Boom. All right. Gloria Caulfield. You guys know who Gloria Caulfield is? Are you subscribed? By the way, I want to shout out another small YouTube channel here. UCF Commencement Speaker 2026. Gloria Caulfield apparently is a lady who, oh man. Okay, very hard for me to read. The screen that I look at stuff at, I realize, I think you guys might think I'm a little bit more blind than I actually am. The screen that I look at stuff on makes, like, this is almost illegible to me. But when I look at it on the actual computer screen, it's a little bit easier to read. But okay. So this is Gloria Caulfield, Vice President of Strategic Alliances for Tavistock Development Company. Oversees the health and medical partnerships as well as business development for Tavistock's visionary Lake Nona community. Managing corporate partnerships and strategic intersections with stakeholders. Oh, cool. Wow, what a great person. Let's get her to speak to our children. She knows about the future. She should speak to the children who are the future, as we all know. All right, let's check it out.
The rise of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution.
What do you mean? It's the next industrial revolution in that it will be a horrible mistake that we'll never recover from? Wait, hang on. But I gotta just let it play so you can hear the audience response here.
The next industrial revolution.
She like has to look away. She's like, wait. She's like, she must feel like she's in a bad dream. Oh, double audio? Okay. Thank you, VW. Hang on. Let me, oh, jeez. Hang on. Okay, let me fix this. I got to figure out.
The rise of artificial intelligence.
Okay, and let me give you guys a fresh look at this. Fresh look from the start without the double audio.
The rise of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution. Whoa.
She turns away as though to refresh the page, as though to click the, whatever, garbage can button on the ChatGPT response to the live audience. Whoa, whoa, I don't know. Is she looking at somebody there? Is she looking at the guy that wrote that line of the speech? Oh, God, I thought you said they love the Industrial Revolution here.
What happened? Okay, I struck a chord. May I finish?
May I finish? They already stopped booing. Just go. Come on now. Wait, what's this? CG's beard looks so red it reminds me of the lava in Lost. Is Alith from Dark Souls? What the hell? What do you mean? Hang on. What is this? Sorry, we gotta take a little ADHD. Oh yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, I can see it. Yeah, my beard is looking pretty red. Yeah, what do you guys think? Something like this, sort of matches up because I kind of got it. It's sort of blonde and red, I got I contain multitudes, I'm not just one thing, so it does make sense. You see like this sort of rippling, changing colors. Okay, well, I've been roasted, but also I'm like, yeah, I agree.
Only a few years.
She sounds so nervous. Oh man. Why is she going through boy puberty right now?
Only a few years ago, AI was not.
Still powers through her speech about how great AI is. He's like, oh God, I got to boo on the opening line. Well, maybe you guys will like the rest of this. I think it's good.
A factor in our lives.
Wait, now they're cheering. Now she's got them in the palm of her hand. Wait, sorry, what did she say? I missed it because I was trying to read all the roasts.
AI was not a factor in our
lives. Years ago, there was no such thing as AI. And then people were like, yeah, it was great. Oh, if only we could go back to that. I love who cut to the audience for that, because that person's also not on her side. Who's in the booth who's like, and camera 2, camera 1, and get a shot of these kids.
Okay, we've got a bipolar topic here. I see. Okay.
No, it's pretty much one poll. Pretty much one poll. This audience, there's one poll, and then on stage is the other poll. I guess that's two. Those are two polls.
And now, AI capabilities are in the palm of our hands, and oh, I love it.
I don't think that she does love it. I don't think that that's true. I think she's telling the truth about what she thinks about AI. I don't believe that she loves it.
Passion, let's go.
Like what as in what's happening right now. Passion, I love passion. I love passion. That's the thing I love most about humans. Humans have passion, and that is something that we love in business world. We're definitely not trying to replace humans with the machine robots because of passion is great.
Okay. And AI is beginning to challenge all major sectors to find their highest and best use. Okay, I don't want any giggles when I say this.
What do we think, gang? All right, what do we think? Do we think that the UCF guys will be able to respect, this boundary set by the Gloria Caulfield? No giggles? Let's find
We have been through this before, these industrial revolutions. In my graduation era, we were faced with the launch of the internet. Think the very beginning of email and cell phones that were the size of briefcases, okay? And texting, that did not exist. I know it sounds amusing, but...
Okay, so actually, it turns out I think she did want giggles here. She's like, oh, we are, hey, I don't want you guys to laugh, but when I was your age, let's just say the cell phones were, you had to drive around in a truck with them in the back, if you know what I'm talking about. When I was talking about a cell phone, that was more like the phones that they had in prison. You'd have to call, you could say, do you accept a call from an inmate from this blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not telling any tales out of school when I say, when I was your age, the internet? Well, that was when a spider crawled down your throat and built his web inside your belly. Because that was the one we talked about, is internet. When I was your age, we didn't have a Facebook. We just had books that we looked at with our face. All right. Okay. Now, I hope you don't laugh at any of that. But anyway, she's trying to do a little stand up there, and she got no laughs, no response to that part. Ironically, right after she had said, I don't want you guys to giggle, and she goes, I know it's amusing. And it's like, no, not really. Not really amusing.
Did not exist. I know it sounds amusing, but at that time, we had no idea how any of these technologies would impact the world and our lives. These were some of the same trepidations and concerns.
The funny thing is, I think that like a lot of the AI people would also hate what she's doing here, because AI is supposed to be like bigger than any of the examples she's naming. It's supposed to be bigger than like the fucking invention of fire, the wheel, the printing press, the internet. Those are all nothing. We've all been specks floating around in the dust until we discovered AI and we became gods. That's what the fucking hype is. And she's like, and I know too, because when I was a kid, we didn't have cell phones. And Sam Altman's like, you fool, don't lump it in with that Philistine garbage.
We are now facing, but ultimately, it was a game changer for global economic development and the proliferation of new businesses that never existed, like Apple and Google and Meta and so many others.
What is this lady again? Is she like what is she? She builds AI medtech partnerships. That's so bizarre. So she's not like a CEO or something. Oh no, wait, she is? She is the chief architect and executive director of the Lake Nona Impact Forum, a globally recognized health innovation gathering and a signature event of the Tavistock Group. Okay, I don't really know what that means. She's the chief architect and executive director of some kind of convention of medical AI people. Okay.
And not to mention countless job opportunities. So, being an optimist here, AI, alongside human intelligence, has the potential to help us.
Maybe she got confused because the logo of the school has like one of those little star shiny things in it, and she's like, "Oh, they must be partnered with Gemini. This must be the school for AI kids."
Us solve some of humanity's greatest problems.
Wow, that's hilarious. One of the worst speeches I've ever seen. I struck a chord, struck a nerve. We have a bipolar topic, polarizing topic. She's a terrible communicator when she's off script, and I'm glad she was so embarrassed. Screw AI and its destruction of our planet. Class of 2015 alum. Nice. Watching this is so cathartic, you have no idea. Honestly, I loved it. It was actually because, like, man, remember that graduation ceremony, like, whatever it was, like, last year, maybe it was a couple years ago now, where, like, that one kid put up on his computer showing that he used AI to, whatever, get through his finals or something like that. And I don't know how real that was or if that was just a troll move. And honestly, whatever, who cares? You know, schools mostly pretend anyway. But but I just mean you can graduate school without learning anything. It's always been like that. But I have been feeling a little bit bummed out that, like, I felt like young people, like, I guess Gen Z, Gen Alpha, really like AI. And it's nice to see this and sort of be like, no, they don't, or at least not all of them. A lot of these kids are kind of pushing back against this bullshit. And that's good. That's really good news because, it seems like right now the people who are most AI interested in AI are like boomers, which is good, which is great. I mean, imagine if AI does become the, like, biggest thing ever and takes over the world, but the only people who adopt it are boomers, and they're actually on the cutting edge of something, for once, or at least for once in my lifetime. That would be funny. That honestly would be very funny, and I wouldn't mind if that's how the world ends. Gloria Caulfield. Yeah, I mean, is it really worth learning more about this lady? I know that, like, okay, so she does, like, partnerships between health and medical stuff and AI. And I know that, like, ChatGPT has done a lot of sort of, like, PR work, or ChatGPT, OpenAI has done a lot of PR shit for their, generative intelligence thing, whatever. What do you call it? Like LLMs? There's a name for that. I forget what type of AI that is, but whatever that is, they've done a lot of kind of self-promo on how, we're working with medical guys, and, like, we're actually able to diagnose cancer in patients that would never have been diagnosed without this, like, model. And isn't that awesome? We got to do this. Wow. So ChatGPT could be amazing. Maybe ChatGPT could even cure cancer. And then, like, the company that they were partnering with went totally under. They, like, totally failed. Yeah, large language model. I think the word I was looking for, I think, was just generative AI, right? Because there's different types of AI. Like, artificial intelligence is, like, machine learning or whatever has existed for a long ass time. But what's the actual definition of generative AI? Generative artificial intelligence, sometimes abbreviated as Gen AI, uses generative models to generate text, images, videos, audio, software code, vibe coding, or other forms of data. These models learn the underlying patterns and structures of their training data and use them to generate new data in response to input, which often takes the form of natural language prompts. Cool. So this is like generative AI. This is why we're building all the data centers. This is how you make, shit like this, AI art. This is how you talk to ChatGPT through the thing. This did not have to be what AI was. Like, AI could have been something totally different than this. AI could have been, this is not one of those inventions, like the printing press or something like that, where it's like, you're looking back on it and it's like, wow, that clearly was like a revolutionary idea. But, like, if what's his name, Gutenberg or whoever, I don't know, if whoever invented the printing press didn't invent the printing press, somebody else would have invented the printing press. But this is not really like that. Like, this is a very specific type of AI that has been able to become extremely prevalent and has become, like, basically what we think of when we hear AI. But there are so many other things that we could do with AI. The reason this one is taken off is purely because of who was where, what time, and like this invention came up right as OpenAI was like, fuck, we need to show something for all the funding we've gotten. Okay, here's this one, guys. And then like over pitching it. Could have been a huge thing. Bummed out implies the existence of bummed in. Damn, you're right. I actually never thought about it like that. You just blew my mind. Some classmates dislike AI in principle, most understand its potential benefits, and mainly have a problem with the centralized power structure that's being developed over us to remove self-governance. Yeah, that's fair. I don't mean to say that like AI in general is bad. I guess like yeah, it is a particular like specific kind of situation here, right? I'm not trying to say something like ChatGPT. Nice. Has anyone made that joke? Yeah, I mean, I don't think AI could be good. It could be good. Here's the thing that I worry most about AI, right? Like, let's say that like, you know, the hype is real and they are able to make a version of AI that can do anything economically productive that a human can do. It can write, it can, you know, whatever, do work. It can, you know, or you can put it in a robot and the robot can learn to sew and work in a factory and do all that sort of economically productive labor. It can do all that. Once we get to that point, like, you know, if we get to that point, I'm not fully convinced it's possible, but if we get to that point, that will be bad, not because of anything that's AI's fault, really. It's just that the way that the structure of our economy is, under capitalism, your proximity to the means of production and your control over it dictates your power. And so the capitalists own the means of production, are able to exert their will upon the workers, and they're able to extract their surplus labor value. And the workers' greatest tool to fight against this is by striking, because without, you know, the workers' hand and brain doing the shit and using their brain or whatever that needs to be done, you know, this sort of labor that the workers bring to the bargaining table, without the ability to withhold that, the workers have no power. So, you know, unions, like, I really hope that unions continue to kind of grow and more unions happen and we get more of a labor movement. But if we do get to a point where, you know, artificial intelligence, if we get AGI, artificial general intelligence, I think that's what that stands for, that will be bad. That will be really bad timing. Now, if we were able to create a post-capitalist utopia and then we created that AI that can do all the work for us, oh my God, that would be great. I would be so in favor of that. We would have nothing to do. We would literally just be able to be like, okay, robots, you guys do all the work. Humans, you guys do whatever work you want. And everybody on free unlimited vacation. That sounds great. But if we get this shit, if this shit pops off before we get there, oh man, that's going to be a bummer. I do think, though, I think we're a lot further away from AGI than people would like you to believe. Wait. This whole time the term was means of production? I thought it was beans of production. What the fuck am I going to do with all these beans? Yeah. Sorry about that. Wait a minute. I thought it was means of bro suction. Oh, man. Well, I've been sucking off all my boys all this whole time. Oh, that's what that means? We should just change the name from artificial intelligence to superficial intelligence. Nice. May Morehow in here with the wordplay this morning. Early in the morning, 1 p.m. Come on now, people. Eat your slop. Yeah, AI does, like, suck right now. AI is nowhere near as good as it needs to be. for the dystopian nightmare world that I'm painting. So I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit, paranoid here, but I think mostly I'm optimistic in the sense that I doubt it can be pulled off in that way. I think it's going to be like one of those things, it's going to be like 3D movies or something like that, or like whatever. Like, you ever watch like those old TED Talks? That'd be like, in the year 2020, we'll be doing this, we'll be doing that. Well, you'll have contact lenses that'll be able to scan the world around you and tell you what things are, and they'll do that. And I'm like, no. We got glasses that can like record women when they're not aware there's a camera there, and even those people hate. We didn't get contact lenses like that. So people who are very smart, like people who are engineers and whatever, neurophysicists, I don't know, really smart people tend to be kind of bad at guessing how good technology is going to be. And I think AI's got a ways to go. But I don't know, maybe that's just cope, who knows. All right, what else we got? What else we got this morning? Oh, I wanted to show you guys this. Check it out. Okay, just wanted to check my audio was still working there. All right, we're going to talk about some Jeffrey Epstein.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
Yeah, I know. Well, I got to talk about him a little bit more, okay, Mr. Trump?
That is unbelievable.
Well, I don't know. Sorry. All right. So Decoherence Media, which I actually don't really... Who are these guys? An independent, journalist-funded nonprofit investigating authoritarian and anti-democratic movements using open source and data-driven methods. Okay, so AI? No, maybe not. I don't know. I'm sure they use some AI for this. Whatever, it's fine. Guy from Bellingcat. Girl from, I don't know. Background in education and teaching. Okay. Anyway. Okay. She was shortlisted for an Amnesty Media Award. Okay, that's cool. Did an investigation with the New Arab. Okay. Special interest in accelerationism. All right, listen. I shouldn't look into this on my own time, but I thought this was cool. This person, Tristan Lee, posted this article, Epstein.photos, new website where 400 people in the Epstein world have been identified from the photos from the DOJ. And there's a whole freaking thing about them. Okay, disclaimer. This website uses facial recognition to identify by name people who appear in as part of the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Inclusion in this website does not in any way imply that any person identified had or has knowledge of or participated in any of Jeffrey Epstein's misconduct or crimes, and Decoherence Media makes no claims regarding the nature of the connection with Epstein or between any of the individuals. I feel like this is a little bit much, a little bit more of a disclaimer than you need. Inclusion in this website does not imply that any person identified had or has, knowledge of any of Jeffrey Epstein's misconduct. So you're saying that, maybe some of these people had knowledge of it, but now they've forgotten about it? And also, I'm sure that some of the people identified here currently have knowledge of it. Very weird. Very, very, well, I mean, okay, it's not weird. I'm sure these people are very litigious. But, check it out, gang. We got a whole bunch of people. How do I work this website? Here's Jeffrey Epstein himself. And if I double click on him, it opens up in a new tab all the photos of Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I don't particularly care about the photos of Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was involved. Let's see who else we got. Oh, Les Wexner. Let's check out some of the Les Wexner photos. Yes. All right. So look at this. So they've gotten, it's like Facebook, it's like, maybe they could team up with the guys from Jmail and make this like Jace book or whatever, where you can go into somebody's photos and see all their tagged images. So we've got, here's Leslie Wexner. Although we do have, I think we have the full photo of this, right? Somewhere. There's Abigail Wexner. Yo. Is this? Okay, no. Wow. Literally thought for a second, I thought that was Alex Karp. But no, I think that's a woman. That's a lesbian. But doesn't it kind of look like him? Alex Karp, the Palantir guy? Jeez, that really tripped me out a little bit. Excluded, unreviewed, excluded. Excluded means that they know who that guy is, but actually they've decided that he's not involved. The gray boxes, I don't know if you can see, the gray box says excluded, yellow box says unreviewed. Next. Okay, wow, they're even getting these little pics over here. What the heck? Bill Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein. Wow, actually, I haven't seen that photo of Clinton and Epstein. That's very small. But yeah, that'd be a new Clinton Epstein photo. But okay, I guess we're looking at this because apparently Les Wexner's on this page. Okay, I guess he was here. The thing is about Wexner, like, he had a falling out with Epstein a while before the bulk of the like documentation. So like a lot of these are from like screenshots from Wikipedia and shit. Like, this is not like him hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, this is also a scan from an old magazine article. This is from this is International Money Man of Mystery, right? And another one. Okay, I was hoping for more photos of them. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Another one from one of his books here. This shoot here. No, this is interesting. Evidence to that Epstein was not only. Okay, I'm going to change how I phrase this sentence. That Epstein was bisexual and had male lovers who were, above the age of consent. My theory with him is he was sort of like gay, or not, bisexual, whatever, in a more like transactional sense. Like, he would start relationships with men if they were like wealthy and could get him things. And this little boat ride, I think this is on Wexner's yacht, the Limitless, I think it's called. Is my mic cutting out? Let me know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get the feedback here. But yeah, this is pretty much like all of the guys that I think that he hooked up with together on one boat ride. Let's see if there's probably have like the large version of the photos too. Here's more of them. They're just kind of hanging out, they're not, there's nothing really interesting here. Wait. Let me back up. Yes. Okay. So we've got them here. Les Wexner, the Victoria's Secret guy. Lots of rumors that him and Epstein were like boyfriends, and that would explain perhaps some of the it is cutting out, eh? Fuck. All right. I'm just going to try and, check. Okay. Yeah. Gay for pay in a sense. I'm getting live censored. Yeah. I think you're right. Peter Mandelson is hacked into the thing here. But yeah, Peter Mandelson as well. There is this weird kind of like, I mean, we can look at that too, actually. Here, why don't I look up Peter Mandelson? So this is the British, British guy who knew Epstein for like a long time. Peter Mandelson. There we go. Search photos. But yeah. the like birthday book, leaving you with some interesting friends to entertain. Wherever he is in the world, he remains my best pal. He writes to Epstein, my best pal? Happy birthday, Jeffrey. We love you. And there's also another page from this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The page, like, the very, okay, whatever. There's a part where he has a picture of the island, Mandelson, in his letter, and he's like, oh, and he has some very interesting places. Yummy, or something like that. He says yummy about Epstein's Island. It's like, oof, why would you say it like that? But, yeah, and then Jean-Luc Brunel, there's I think there was like a photo, we don't have the photos, which is probably for the best, but there's a photo, I believe, of like a DVD, and it says like Jean-Luc Brunel gay pics, something like that. Jean-Luc Brunel gay pics. Why did I just Google that? Okay, am I making that up? Am I telling some tales out of school here? I don't actually. Now I'm not so sure. Well, anyways, I'm not sure. I'm no longer sure. I was sure, and now I'm not. Whatever, it's fine. Let's look up Jean-Luc Brunel. Probably tons of photos of him. This guy was involved. Oh, only 393? Oh, dang, that's not as many as I would have expected. Here Jean-Luc Brunel comes to sit on the floor. Story time. There's a few people censored here. I don't know who they are. Yeah, anyway, I guess so. These are all the photos of Wexner. Here's Jean-Luc Brunel. Bunch of photos of him asleep. Oh, here's that one with Brett Ratner. Awesome. Here he is on that flight. Here he is with... Who's Mathieu de Boissesson? Who's this? Do I know this person? Oh, wow. It's pretty cool how it just opens up. Wait, no. How do I look for him, though? Yeah, no, this is a cool site. Sorry, I mean, I didn't really have any of this planned out, so I'm just kind of jumping around. Mathieu de Boissesson, a London barrister. Wow, suspended over Jeffrey Epstein links. Gah. So it looks like he was friends with what's his name? Mandelson. Because he's in that photo. This is from a message from 2015. Dear Jeffrey, Jean-Luc has suggested that we meet to talk about the present situation and perhaps explore the conditions of way out. I told Jean-Luc I was not willing to act as a lawyer, but just as a friend, by expressing my views and suggestions on an entirely confidential basis. If you're interested, contact me to arrange a meeting. I'd prefer that it takes place in Paris or London since I'm traveling a lot at the moment. I will be available from 15th April to 8th May, and then I am going to Brazil until 15th May, okay? That's not particularly damning. And then this is... So he's French, this guy, if you didn't guess from his name, Mathieu de Boissesson. Je vais m'occuper de ma libido. Kiev est une bonne clinique. So that's I'm going to busy myself and of my libido. Okay, listen, my French is not great. Kiev is a good so Kiev in Ukraine. This is she wants a kid. Parfait, perfect. Tu fais bien, mon cher gourou. Okay, I'm not really sure. What does it say here? Is there a translation in this? Yes. Oh, guru means guru. I'm going to take care of my libido. Kiev is a good clinic. The lawyer responds, "Perfect. You're doing a great job, dear guru." Oh, okay, that was Brunel, who was in Kiev. The pair then appear to discuss in French a woman who Brunel says wants a child. Okay. It's like that. So there's photos of him being served vodka in a bottle shaped like a rifle. Responding to the Telegraph, Desboisizon downplayed the images, saying they were taken probably in a restaurant, apparently not with young girls, but with unknown women whose faces are redacted. Maybe made him sound a bit too much Quebecois. What? I'm doing the best I can with these accents, guys. Okay, so that's who that guy is. But yeah, in the Mandelson photos, he's in those too. We saw. Oh, I closed that one, I guess. Hang on. He's in the Peter Mandelson photos as well. In the birthday book card, right? Oh, no, that's not him. This is a different person. Sorry. Who's this guy? Reinaldo Avila de Silva. Only one photo. But yeah, like this one, it was always funny to me because it's like, this one sort of feels like, so this was from Peter Mandelson's letter to Epstein for his birthday book in like 2004. And this one, because it's like, it says, "We love you." I think that's OW. It's either a "we love you" or a "he love you." So it's got to be "we love you." But it's like this guy was like, "Oh, fuck, I forgot to get him a letter. Can you just say it's from both of us? Can I sign it too? Just put a picture of me at the end and say 'we love you.'" Reinaldo da Silva. Can I find out about this guy? Who's this dude? Oh, his partner. Gotcha. Okay, "we love you" as in, yeah. So they're husbands or something. Or boyfriends. Husband, I guess. A Brazilian translator. Wow, interesting. 19-year age gap. Ooh. Not a good look. That's fine, but like, it's not a good look for somebody with such an association with Epstein. We'll say that. Okay, I don't know why I thought that was the same guy. They look completely different. Not the same at all. Yep. Lots of photos with Jean-Luc Brunel. Wow, so much is blurred here. I guess there's like a lot of women around these two guys. We don't know who this dude is. Wow. That guy looks like everyone I knew in college. On the island, LSJ looks like. Yeah. Brunel was around a lot. And it's funny, there's a lot of photos of him and Guylaine, but he sort of, when Guylaine left the picture in the 2000s, Brunel really stepped in to be the guy who was supplying Epstein with all his, what's this? We got his frickin' French passport photo. Jeez, they're allowed to put that up like that? All right. Wild. Steve Bannon spent a lot of time on his boat. On Les Wexner's boat? Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know Steve Bannon and Wexner were connected at all. Excuse me. Let's do this. Let's do Steve Bannon now. What do we got here? What's this? What the heck? That one's so small. Okay. Must have just been a random image from an email or something like that. Yeah, like the photos from the news, like not particularly interesting, but it's like this stuff like this. Like Epstein's office, Steve Bannon. You think this was maybe when they were doing the interview? Because like you can see, oh wait, no. I was going to say, is that like a bounce light or something over here? But no, I think that's just the other lamp. A lamp over there, a lamp over there. A lot of people have made a big deal about this photo. They're like, that's a dead girl. And it's like, I don't think so. I think that's just a girl on a couch. I recognize this photo. This is one of the most commonly used photos of Epstein in like articles and stuff. What are those things? What are these little things? I don't know. Is that the Pope? Did Epstein meet the Pope? What the heck is this? Sorry, I'm just like going around. Is this good content? Me slowly zooming in on stuff and be like, what the heck is that? But seriously though, it has to be said. What the heck is that? What the hell is that thing? What on earth? Okay. This dude. He was the Norwegian guy, Terje Rod Larson. Who's this guy again? He was like Scandinavian guy who was helping Epstein connect to the Saudi Arabia. He like was trying to connect him to MBS. Yes, Norway. Is that what I said? Norwegian diplomat politician. After leaving public service, he became a close associate of Jeffrey Epstein and worked to bolster contact between the MAGA movement and the European far right. Oh, okay. I thought he was also sort of central. Yeah, okay, Middle East. So he did have some sort of connection there. Yeah, I understood that he had... I didn't know too much about him connecting Epstein to like, sorry, not Epstein, but Bannon to European fascists, but... The International Peace Institute. Great. That was his think tank. Allegedly brought in young and unqualified women from Eastern Europe on very short internships whose photos were shared with Epstein. Great. Wait, fuck. Am I muted? But it looks like you guys can see me. To me, it looks like that. No? Wait. Check. Huh? Was I muted for a second? Maybe I'm back now? Sorry, gang. I wish I need to figure out a way that I can just get alerted if my audio cuts out, because it's the system that we have where I just talk most of the time and then sometimes something goes wrong and then people let me know and there's like the whole delay. Oh God, it's brutal. Doesn't really work that well. The central node in Epstein's network in Norway. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, this is crazy. Moritz Skogen, a since bankrupt ship owner, said he was forced to sell his large Frogner apartment. Frogner is a name of a place, a neighborhood in Oslo, for half its value to Rod Larson and Jewel, with Epstein acting as the middleman, stating that the sale was not voluntary and that his family was threatened on Rod Larson's and Jewel's behalf by Epstein. Epstein showed Skaugen pictures of himself with the chairman of the bank that Skaugen's company had lent money from, and a detailed map of all his business connections around the world, and also threatens to fire one of Skaugen's relatives from the International Peace Institute unless Skaugen told Rod Larson the apartment for half its value. Sold Rod Larson the apartment for half its value, stating that they could not continue with one of your family members working for us. He described the actions taken by Rod Larson and Jewel with the help of Epstein as mafia methods. Wow. Interesting. I wonder if we could find Moritz Skaugen in the in Gmail. Hang on. This is too fun. Getting into all the... I find... Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Okay, wow, there's tons of stuff on Moritz Skaugen. 181 emails. Huh. All right, so there might be something to that. I will pay... I discussed with my ideas. I incorporate a company for this. I call this blah, blah, blah. I'll pay an equity to establish the company. They'll buy the house for say Norwegian money, 18 million. This part's financed by your equity from sale of the apartment. How much? Partly from loans secured by JE. I'm so confused by this. Does this seem like he's selling the house for half of its value? Maybe. Epstein goes, great. Best personal regards. Read a reasonably good article in Vanity Fair about you. It reflects more of the image I've seen and heard about. Take care and remember remember in the end, all what newspapers are used for is to wrap the fish in the fish markets when it is sold. Okay, that sounds like an old I guess you guys can't really see what I'm looking at here. Dang it. This is annoying because I keep making this bigger, but it's not really working. Hang on. How about that? This is also too small. Let me zoom in a little bit. This seems like a common Norwegian idiom. In the end, all what newspapers are used for is to wrap fish in the fish markets. That's kind of a yeah. Anyway, okay. So that seems real. Do we have any Moritz Skaugen photos? Now I'm just grasping at straws. Moritz Skaugen. Oh, I don't think so. No. Yeah, I don't know. Who else do you guys think I should look up? Peter Thiel's venture capitalist firm Founders Fund made an early investment in Juul. Really? Let me check Peter Thiel. But was that Juul like the vape company that they're talking about in here? Sold half its value to Rod Larson and Juul? Or was Juul like just like somebody's name in yeah. I think this is just somebody's name. Mona Juul. Mona Juul, a Norwegian former diplomat and former politician for the Labour Party. Cool. Sorry, who was I looking up again? Oh yeah, Peter Thiel. Lots of Turgay Rod Larson, by the way. Wow, actually tons of okay, so these are actually substantial. Because a lot of times when you scroll down, it's just like a bunch of like with Les Wexner or like Donald Trump. If you look up Donald Trump, it's just a bunch of like screenshots of articles and news clips or whatever. This one, it's like, okay, here he is at parties. Here he is like hanging out with Epstein and the fucking crew. Boris Nikolic, the Bill Gates advisor. There's Bill Gates, Turgay Rod Larson, Thorbjorn Jagland. Oh, who's that again? I know this guy too. Is he a prime minister? More information about him? What happens here? Yeah, prime minister. Norway's former prime minister charged with gross corruption. You're not just charged with corruption. You're charged with gross corruption. Like, at least if you're being corrupt, don't be so gross about it. But I wanted to see if there was a Peter Thiel page. Oh, did it not go through? Oh, there's none, eh? 0 photos of Peter Thiel? Oh, okay. I mean, I haven't seen any, but I thought there must be some. All right. Guess Jeff Bezos just wants to sell a lot of fish. Yeah. That's why all the elites are trying to buy newspaper companies and communications networks. All right. Well, yeah, anyway, I don't know, gang. Perhaps I can look into this on my own time. Because I feel like there's tons of stuff here, but I don't know if I'll be able to find it. It's funny you got tagged in the parsing bill photo. I mean, I've already seen from this one photo of Bill Clinton that I've never seen before. Okay, there's Vyshkovsky and David Rogers. These are both Epstein pilots. Who do we think this is in the background? Who knows? Is that Spacey, maybe? Okay. No, I don't think so. I have no idea who the guy on the left is, though. Chris Tucker. There's Bill Clinton. All right. Cool. Bill Clinton. There's Doug Band. Oh, shit. Doug Band and Ghislaine Maxwell, secret lovers, sitting next to each other. Mick Jagger as well is there. Bill Clinton. No idea who that is. Interesting. Oh, didn't. Okay. Person 6355. I'm trying to close the thing. Why do you keep opening a new tab? Cut it out. All right, here we go. Okay, great. I think that the Mick Jagger night, like Jackie Chan was also there. But I don't know if that photo came out in the DOJ, if maybe that was something we had from before. Unreviewed. What's this? Jeffrey Epstein. Wait a minute. Oh, this is a Rolling Stones concert that they were at. So they must have been like backstage passes. Bill Clinton with the earplugs. Okay. Whoa, they got everybody here. This is on the Africa trip. Eric Nonax, David Slade, Casey Wasserman, Chris Tucker, Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey. Yeah, definitely Africa. Yeah, wow, okay. This looks like Shantae Davies on the Africa trip as well. This is on the Lolita Express. What a giant cake surrounded by plastic. Wild. This is just, I guess I really have to just go through these. Wait, is that Woody Allen? Oh, that's funny. Okay, because I knew about this. I knew about the night that Dick Cavett and Woody Allen, and I guess that's Dick Cavett's wife, Susan Hamlin. I'm not totally sure. I knew about the night that they went to Epstein's. I'd seen photos of this like entrance before, but then I was like, Bill Clinton was there, and it's like, no. Bill Clinton's not there. Just his painting. That's gotta suck. Getting some extra tags in there. Oh, that's all. That's the entire photo. That's annoying. Okay. Not sure what to make of that one. Wow. Is that it? 135 images. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. All right. Well, now that we've got this, I did want to go over this stuff. So, you guys seen this? You guys heard about this? You guys seen this? So this is kind of crazy. And I know this is kind of old news. Like people have been talking about this, but I wanted to go over it because I think there's something that I haven't really seen a lot of people mention about it. So we got the golden statue of Donald Trump that's supposed to be I don't know, like, what is it? I mean, I guess it's supposed to be him right after he got shot. The fight thing. That's the only time I can really remember him doing that. But, or maybe it's supposed to be the time that he mimed jerking off a guy. Maybe that's what it was. But in any case, a golden statue of Trump has been erected near the Trump Hotel. And it's sort of jarring to see this. Very, very biblical, it seems. Is there like a little version of him too? See that down there? See that? Wait. Yeah, there totally is one. There's like a small version. Did they bring like the prototype as well, or what's all that? What's all that then? Cutting the ribbon for the... Do you cut a ribbon for a statue to a false idol? Okay. I also enjoy how wrinkled his suit is. It's like you're making this golden statue of a guy. Like, why don't you get your model to like iron their clothes? Did they have to make the shirt look like he's never been properly, dry cleaned. Like, this is what my suit looks like if I put it on right now. And then later on, I see photos of myself, and I'm like, oh my God. That looks crazy. You see like the Statue of Liberty shit? It's like that stuff looks pressed. That stuff is starched. You look at any kind of statue, any of the giant Buddhas and stuff, they don't usually look that. It looks like, not only does it look like he hasn't ironed it looks like he got the clothing from like wish.com, and it's like Shein or something, and you get it and it looks okay, but if you feel the texture of the fabric, you're like, oh, this is cheap. Oh, this is very cheap. Like, I get, for a statue, a golden statue of a guy, it does look awfully cheap. Anyway, whatever. So this is from Pastor Mark Burns. I was reading this. Today at Trump National Doral, Miami. Why did I say it like that? We witnessed an unforgettable moment with the dedication of a 22-foot statue honoring the president, Donald J. Trump. Let me be clear. Obama voice. Let me be clear. This is not a golden calf. We worship the Lord Jesus Christ and him alone. But also, we do like Donald Trump a lot. And we will be starting a church devoted to sacrificing children for his glory. Now, that does not mean we don't also worship Christ. That's just another thing, okay? The child sacrifice Moloch cult we're beginning is not so much a challenge to Christ as it is a celebration of life. Just kidding. That's not what it says. I made all that up. This statue is a celebration of life. It is a symbol of resilience, freedom, patriotism, strength, and the willpower to keep fighting for the future of America. Yeah, I gotta be so brainwashed to believe this shit. I don't even think these guys think that. I think they're just like, you figure out the cheat code to life once you're like a Miami businessman who realizes that all you got to do is suck up to Trump. If you just tell Trump he's a golden god, it turns out Trump will kind of let you do whatever you want. That's just a savvy business decision. I was deeply honored to serve as President Trump's main point of contact throughout this process. Oh my God, this is so AI. Look at this part. Today was not just a ribbon cutting. It was the public display of a powerful movement that spread across America and around the world. 100% AI. 100% AI. And it's funny to be like, let me be clear, this is not a golden calf in like an AI thing, because that means that he must have been in his prompt. Write me a Twitter post about this thing I did, and definitely address why this seems like a giant idol to Baal, to the bull-headed, the golden calf Baal. Please explain why I will not be sacrificing children to Moloch. Now, all right, whatever. There's a lot of funny things to talk about this whole thing, and many people have done this, but I thought this was crazy. One of the names on this list is popping out at me with my little browser extension I got that highlights all the people who have connections to Epstein. I was like, Brock Pierce? You guys know Brock Pierce? This dude, one of the most recognizable faces because he looks so freaking weird. See the dude in the red hat? See that little pencil-necked cowboy guy? That's Brock Pierce. He's at the ribbon cutting ceremony for Golden God Trump. And this dude is, all right, well, I mean, yeah, we could go more into stuff about the golden statue. Oh, there's a great photo of it. Look at that. What the hell is wrong with this? So many weird things about this whole sculpture. Like, the pose is so awkward. The way he's holding up his hand it just doesn't quite make sense. They gave him a belly. He's got like a little, pot belly, but so it's like, okay, they weren't trying to flatter him, but overall, he does that. That is not Trump's body. Trump has never been able to stand up that straight, at least in his political career. And he just, it looks so awkward and like half-hearted. And Good. Oh, you want me to pose like this? Okay. Oh, I don't know what to do with my hands. Oh, look at his that bottom hand there. The left hand is crazy. Anyway, somebody else should build a statue of a guy with a dick in his hand. That would be funny. Anyway, sorry. Where was I? Oh, here's a video from it, from the event. Can I play it? Maybe not. Okay, whatever. Not important. More photos of everybody. Okay, whatever. What I really wanted to talk about is Brock Pierce. So here's Brock Pierce. This is what he looks like, this guy. And remember the movie Mighty Ducks? Remember that? Mighty Ducks. Brock Pierce. So this is like a Disney movie from back in the day. And yeah, this is Brock Pierce. He was a child actor, child star. And he looks like his hands are forever doll posed. Yes. Yeah. He looks like one of those real dolls. But yeah, here's Brock Pierce as a child. And now he looks like this. And he became, this guy, he's had quite a career. He became a child actor. Then he became, well, what's First Kid? That was about a kid who's the son of the president, I guess? A Walt Disney movie? I don't know why I'm even looking at this. I guess it's sort of interesting. But whatever. We're not talking about that right now. He became one of the early proponents for Bitcoin. He moved on to cryptocurrency around 2010. Now, for a while, he was trying to do internet gaming entertainment. He was trying to make money off of money in video games, like Warcraft dollars or whatever. He was trying to figure out a business built around selling people, I don't know, video game shit. And he worked with Steve Bannon on some of that stuff. Yeah. Internet gaming entertainment. He brought in Steve Bannon to seek venture capital. And this is in 2006. This is before either of them met Epstein. But he got into cryptocurrency around in the 2010s. And check this out. This is when he started going to business with Epstein. Assisted Epstein to invest in various companies in the cryptocurrency space, including Coinbase. So Epstein was heavily involved in Coinbase from the very beginning, it seems. He sought funds which he would channel the investment through his involvement in cryptocurrency partners, which would then become Blockchain Capital. Their decades-long involvement was made public in 2026 with the release of the Epstein files. I'm pretty sure we just found out about their connection. And there's tons of emails you can go through with Brock Pierce and Epstein talking about Bitcoin and shit. But I don't want to talk about any of those videos. I want to talk about those emails. Let me try that again, all right, in the future for editing Goblin. Okay, let's just cut straight to the thing where I said it right. And clap for sound. Sync. Here we go. But I don't want to talk about any of those emails. I want to talk about these emails. Said it right. Nice. Cut that part out too. This is from Epstein to Pierce. I'm alone in LA. Had to leave. Please assist. Leave your girlfriend home. Okay. And that's March 2nd, 2:32. And then about an hour later, called me. And then Brock Pierce, will do. Broke up with the girlfriend last night, so that won't be a problem. Best regards, Brock. Wait, they both have the same kind of automatic, sorry for all the typos, sent from my iPhone. P.S. Please excuse any typos, as this email has been sent from my mobile phone. They both have that. Crazy. Anyway, and then Brock Pierce the next day, that's March 2nd, March 3rd, 2012. Brock Pierce, I had a great time with the girls. Hope they had fun too. Thanks. Best regards, Brock. Whoa. Okay. So here's a guy at the Donald Trump frickin' Bitcoin Moloch reveal. The blockchain Moloch chain golden idol, and they got a dude here who was hanging out with Epstein and girls That's just I mean, you know, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of people point that out. I don't know. Maybe people know it. Obviously, there's a lot to comment on with the whole golden calf shit, but I just have to say, what the hell? You got one of these guys there too? That's wild. That is wild. Yeah. Oh, wow. Somehow I really thought that was going in a gay direction. I mean, oh, yeah, because leave your girlfriend home. I guess. I mean, it could also be that. It could also be a gay thing. But I mean, broke up with a girlfriend last night, so that won't be a problem. See, if I was going to hang out with one of my boys and he was like, cool, man, yeah, broke up with my girlfriend last night, so don't even worry. I'd be like, oh, really, man? Jeez, well, maybe we shouldn't go out. Why don't we just like hang out and talk, man? Like, I'm sure you got a lot on your mind, you know? Like, I don't know. This seems, for some reason, this is maybe the most psychopathic part of it to me. To be like, yeah, broke up. Oh, don't even worry. I can stay out as late as I want tonight, and I'm gonna have lots of fun. It's like, oh, you sure you don't just want to like stay inside and cry? You want me to come over and we can like smoke weed about it? We don't have to go out, man. It's okay. I'll tell the girls it's fine. Like this is the part where I'm like, I don't know. Just like to send this to somebody is crazy. But yeah. I mean, see, this is the question, right? How are the QAnon followers still in this? Because this is, even though this has nothing to do with QAnon, it also sort of has everything to do with QAnon in that, like, QAnon is a cult that believes that Donald Trump can do no wrong and is 100% against the pedophiles and was trying to stop the elite pedophiles and is a golden god. There have been golden Trump statues before. This is not the first golden Trump statue. There was one at fucking CPAC. CPAC, golden Trump. This one was it was like a little cartoon. It was like a chibi. This one. Yeah, it was like a frickin' chibi. Like, you know, like this whole vibe is extremely QAnon coded. Golden Trump statue. Oh, and there's another one? Wait, this is a different one, right? Why is it? Oh, yeah. Brings this golden Trump statue back to CPAC. Making self-patriot mobile. What the fuck? Another grift, I guess? Look at this. Somebody worshiping. But yeah, no, like the golden Trump, I mean, this is extremely QAnon coded. I mean, and then it's not even the first golden Trump Bitcoin statue. That's wild. The Golden Dome. This is supposed to be like America's Iron Dome. Gold is weaker than iron, though. Trump himself famously loves gold shit. But yeah, like it's very QAnon coded. Oh my God, what the fuck is this? The World Cup trophy. Why does Trump even get to look at that? Whoa, that looks kind of trippy in the middle. Well, that's kind of cool. Anyway. Oh, and here is a AI video that Trump posted that included a gold, looks like many gold statues of himself. Something to do with Gaza. Like the guy loves this idea. They did know what Trump wanted. Can I watch the video or no? I don't know if I can. They don't have a link to it. That's so annoying. Okay, whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, sorry to talk about the QAnon thing more. Yeah, like it is wild. It is wild to be like this much into Trump as a golden god in the way that QAnon is this, like, you know, basically a cult, a fascist cult of Trump. And to have at the base of this Trump a flamboyant pedophile This dude in a red cowboy hat. Like, I don't even know. I mean, I don't know if he's a pedophile. Maybe when he emailed Jeffrey Epstein and he said, had a lot of fun with the girls last night, that could just have been a way of, like, you know, it's just a more natural way of saying it than, like, I had a lot of fun with those legal aged women, you know? So I'm not saying I know anything, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot more evidence to be suspicious of this guy than there is for literally anything that QAnon claimed. But there you are. There you have it. I guess no consequences to these people, and they get to just kind of live however they want. Yeah, there we go. Somebody made an AI golden calf. But you know what? They should have also done a little AI golden calf to the little version of him, too. What was the speech? What was the speech? I'd love to know. Can I find it? Gold Trump statue speech. Pastors pray over, and it is weird because it's like they've got, I don't know if this Haaretz article has anything on it, but it's like they've got all these like religious leaders there. They've got like these Jewish guys and this pastor, the Hasidic Jews behind Florida's giant golden Trump statue. There's our buddy there, Brock Pierce, as well. And this is a rabbi. So, like, there is something religious about this, too. Man. A group of Hasidic ultra-Orthodox Jews joined the ribbon-cutting ceremony, while Trump personally thanked them for their contribution during a phone call documented at the event. I love how Trump couldn't even make it there. Trump has such skinny wrists in this. Pastor Mark Burns, an evangelical leader and self-described spiritual advisor to the president. Okay, so he described himself. That's not like a job he has. Man, yeah. Oh yeah, there's a different word for when something's covered in gold rather than made out of gold. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, what do you call it if something's covered in gold? Gold dipped? Is that what that is? Gilded? Is it gilded? Maybe it's gilded. Trump was documented speaking on the phone. Could it be this one? Oh, hang on now. Copy link. And if I go like this, sorry gang, I really don't. This is just annoying because I had to go past the paywall here. But all right, we got an interview here. Oh, here's Trump on the phone. We got Trump on the line at the unveiling of Moloch.
Hi, Mr. President.
Good. Hi, how are you? I want to thank you very much. I heard that name. I love that name, actually. I heard your name. And, you know, it's turned out to be it's a beautiful piece of art. It's beautiful. I hope you're happy. Are you happy with it?
Sure. I couldn't believe it was stuck so many months. I said, what? He passed it, told me the story. Well. I said, I mean, we love the president. You just tell anyone in the street that can do it, they will do it.
It's an honor to be here. I'm good. How are you, Mr. President?
There's Brock Pierce there in the background looking so obvious. Like he's not trying to blend in here.
The real honor. Okay. Come up and see me in the Oval, okay?
I will, and I want to thank you.
Hung up on him or something there. The real deal. Here's Trump's Truth Social tweet about it, I guess. The real deal. Gold at Doral in Miami. Put there by great American patriots. President Donald J. Trump. Come down to the Oval. You gotta come by the Oval. Come to the Oval anytime. It's like they can just drop in. Yeah, I mean, but that's how you do it. That's how it's done. This is a totally corrupt government. Like, it's not even like you gotta pay the guy a lot of money. I mean, you can do that. That's what like the whole Trump coin thing's about, and whatever, the Melania movie and countless other things. But you can do that, but you can also just make a cheap, like, art school sculpture of the guy in gold. And because it matches the fucking fever dream that he is constantly having about himself, he's going to invite you to the Oval Office and help you with your whatever Miami business is. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Come up and see me in the Oval. It turned out to be a beautiful piece of art. Like, what? He was saying, yeah, and he said, I love that name. And what was the guy's name? Flitchkin or Friedman? Okay. I love that name, Flitchkin. God, I love it. That's so funny. Wow. The executive director of the Alliance for Global Cooperation. He is listed as an angel investor in a group called Bilateral Navigator. Oh, God, all these bullshit, business names. Oh, no, don't care about that. And he went to Trump's inauguration, this guy, Flitchkin, with Brock Pierce. Check that out. What the hell? What on earth? Oh, geez, hang on. Copy link. Paste link. And then I got to delete the archive part at the beginning. Otherwise, it'll be annoying. Is Brock Pierce in these photos too? Yeah, he is. Look at him right there. Eric Adams. Flitchkin, Brock Pierce, Eric Adams. And here's the pastor dude, whatever his name is, Burns. I'm blown away. I'm blown away by this. What a world, eh? What a world. And when was this? 2025. Okay, so this was before. Oh. Wait, is that Connor O'Malley too? What the hell? So now they've got the little version of the statue that they brought to the inauguration. They got introduced mini gold Trump to Connor O'Malley, another rapist guy. They're like, let's get as many fucking photos with rapists as we can. Wow. Absolutely blown away. Absolutely blown away by this. Well, why didn't they have the little statue here? Crazy. But this would have been before people knew that Brock Pierce was a Epstein's crypto friend. Absolutely wild. The real deal gold. And okay, and they mentioned here too, Brock Pierce, a former child actor turned crypto entrepreneur, who was also present at last week's statue dedication and cut the ribbon alongside Flitchkin. But nothing about his Epstein ties? And what was this one? Oh, Burns was documented alongside Flitchkin in Ukraine last year, where the evangelical pastor urged Trump to provide Ukraine with military aid. Okay. All right, don't really have a problem with that. On his Instagram page, Flitchkin features photos of himself with Argentine President Javier Milei, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, and far-right American broadcaster Tucker Carlson, among other leaders. But I mean, like, yeah, but this guy seems kind of like, he doesn't necessarily seem like he's extremely connected so much as he just seems like he's a guy who is chasing autographs, you know? He's like, oh my God, I'm a big fan of you, Javier Milei. Will you sign my golden statue of you? I got to look at it very closely, and it's incredible. We love you all, and the country's doing great, and Iran's not doing good because of us. They're not doing well at all, he added. This is what he said when he called in to be at the ribbon cutting ceremony for his statue. Thank you for making this golden statue of me as your God, and as my first decree, I will declare that
actually, everything's fine and the country's good. Inflation is not out of control. The Strait of Hormuz is wide open. Believe me, I know when the strait's wide open, and this is one of those times. And what else? Oh, in Iran, they are doing bad, and actually, they said that this statue was what made them decide that they lose. They lost the war, and we won it. Yeah. Let's but what is the golden calf? What is that even? You know? You know what I'm saying? This is not a golden calf. No, but I actually want to know what is the golden calf. Here we go. Yeah. The golden calf of the 10 Commandments, Exodus explained. I really want is there a kids version of the golden calf for kids? This is exactly what I'm looking for. A 3-minute video explaining the golden calf. And it's a guy standing in front of a whiteboard. Yeah. Let's see if there's any lessons in here that we can learn from the ancient Israelites.
Hey, this is Jared Dees.
See, already the first 3 seconds of this 3-minute video is the guy stepping into frame and psyching himself up to start the conversation.
Hey, this is Jared Dees from thereligionteacher.com. This story of the golden calf in the Old Testament book of Exodus chapter 32 is an important one for us to understand. In this story, Moses is up talking to God for 40 days, receiving the commandments, and the people at the bottom of the mountain, Mount Sinai, start to get impatient. They're waiting, and they want something to worship. So they turn to the priest, Aaron, and ask him, will you please create for us a god to worship? And so he takes all of their gold, all of their fine jewelry, and melts it down and to create a golden calf for them to worship in front of. They wanted something concrete. They were waiting. Moses didn't come.
Now, here's the thing I don't get with this guy, Aaron, okay? So Moses is gone for 40 days. And sure, that's a long time for a bunch of religious zealots to not have a god. Or I guess a leader or a prophet or whatever, like Moses. But and you know what? I can even get, I can get on board with cast aside your earthly possessions kind of thing. But why do you got to make a new god? Why couldn't he just be and here's a golden version of the God that we were already talking about? Why you got to be and this one's a cow? Where did that come from, you know?
That golden calf. God, as you would imagine, was very, very angry because that's the very first
God's what the hell, guys? I told you guys not to do it.
Commandment that he gave to the people. Don't have any other gods before me. And so when Moses comes down from the mountain, he sees what's going on. He throws the tablets with the 10 Commandments on them, and they break. And God is ready to just wipe out the Israelites.
It's you go on a business trip for a month, and you come back, and your wife's got a new boyfriend. You're what the hell? Why are you dating a golden cow? What in the heck? I was only gone for a couple weeks.
For their disobedience. If they rejected him, he's going to reject them back. But what happens? Moses prays for God's mercy.
The Bible story is comedy. It's jokes that have been misinterpreted for thousands of years. Yeah, I genuinely think a lot of it is. I think a lot of it is like that. Revelations, in particular, is actually a satire. People are no, it's about the Antichrist, so we got to figure this out. Is that Revelations? Whichever one it is.
Mercy on their behalf. Moses asked for God to be merciful on them, and God responds in mercy.
Another interesting thing is, so the Bible, the order that you read it in, right, with the Pentateuch and then all the other ones in the Old Testament, biblical scholars think that that's not the order that it was actually written in. And one of the interesting ways that they've used to figure out which ones were written first is there are some parts of the Bible that imply that God is the only God that exists, or directly say there is no other God but God. Monotheism, there isn't any other gods. But there are also parts of the Bible where it sort of implies that no, there are other gods. And one of them is the 10 Commandments. Because if you notice, it says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Meaning, you can have other gods. Yeah, sure, I understand. You're gonna
you know, you're always going to want to have new gods. You're going to get bored of just one god all the time. I get that. But just like, but I'm still the number one god. I'm the guy that comes first, okay? I'm the guy that comes first, and your other gods, you can have other gods, but they can't be before me. That's sort of like what it implies. So that's one of the reasons why the Ten Commandments part of the Bible is understood to have been written very early on, like probably before Genesis, you know? Interesting, right?
So there's some really important lessons for us to understand today. How can we apply this to our own lives? Well, first, let's be patient. Or maybe we're praying, and we're not getting the answers that we expect from God. Continue to be patient. Continue to be patient in prayer. God's going to respond and carry out his will on his own time. So be patient. And while we're waiting, make sure that we're following the 10 Commandments. You know, those commandments that Moses received on the mountain absolutely apply to us today. And we can.
But how are you supposed to follow the 10 Commandments? I'm sorry. I know this is like I knew what I was getting into when I clicked on this video, but like, they couldn't follow the 10 Commandments. They didn't have them. They didn't know. Like, okay, I guess I'm glad that they were, before they knew about right and wrong, all they did was worship a golden calf. They could have been killing each other or stealing or worse, coveting the other one's wife. But they didn't. They just had another god before God. Like, that seems like the one that's the least amount of problem. But, you know, like, how's the lesson supposed to be follow the 10 Commandments? I mean, maybe we can be like, I guess I should. But you can't get mad at those guys. They didn't know about you.
And kind of trace back all of the kinds of sins in the world to those 10 Commandments, which could be summarized basically, you know, you love God and you love your neighbor in various different ways. But when we do break those
they should have known ahead of time. Duh. Okay. Yeah, right.
Commandments, recognize that God is merciful.
Okay. Well, then maybe I'll just break all the commandments then.
As Moses prayed asking for God's mercy, so should we pray for forgiveness. Yes. When you mess up, when you make mistakes, when you lose patience in God's time, remember that God's merciful. He is going to forgive us. Even this terrible, terrible sin by the people of Israel at Mount Sinai was forgiven by God. Never stop going back to him, asking for God's mercy. As Christians, we believe that Jesus died for our sins, that Jesus died to forgive.
All right, now we're getting into Jesus stuff. We're talking the Old Testament here, dude. Are you sure you're not making Jesus into a little bit of a golden calf? Nah, it's all right. I shouldn't say that. That's pretty messed up. Okay, well, what's this one? The golden calf, G Networks. Whoa! Honestly, if it wasn't for the spooky music, I'd be like, aw, that's cute. That's a cute little guy. You know? Look at him in his little curly hair. He's got that like zoomer, like broccoli haircut. He looks nice. He looks nice. And I like his cool hat. Very Egyptian, very Hathor. Yes, it's giving Egyptian fertility goddess.
Promise? Aaron. What about you? Oh, we gotta go to somebody for help. Well, let's go by alphabetical order by first name. Aaron. Do you have any ideas?
You know what it is? Tell us. Where across the wilderness. And who's to lead us? You did that. Yeah.
Where could I bring you except to Egypt?
Where there is death? No, where there's food. Pharaoh would kill us all. Not if a god of Egypt went before us. You could
Was the golden calf supposed to be an Egyptian god?
No. Aaron knows the art of the temple. I will not. But we can't remain.
Sorry, I don't really know too much about this. I'm just gonna skip through it until I get to see the golden god though. Golden calf. Is it right here? Oh, they're throwing their gold. I see. This is the part where they throw their gold away. And then what happens? They get this. Moses comes down. NRA Moses here, Charlton Heston.
You take too much upon yourself. We will not live by your commandments. We're free.
Hey, there is no freedom without the law.
Whose law, Moses? Yours? Did you carve those tablets to become a prince over us?
Who is on the Lord's side? Let him come to me.
Wow, these Israelites seem really susceptible to cults, eh? It's a good thing that they ended up believing in the one true God.
You have cursed and the people make me do.
It seems like they just pretty much believe in whatever the last God that they got told about was. All right, anyway, whatever. Anyway, so that now that we see that, obviously there's absolutely no similarities to this. I mean, truly, this is really its own thing. But my God, what a fantastic ChatGPT post this is. Let me be clear, this is not a golden calf. God. Oh, man. If this guy started selling merch that said that, I would literally buy it. I would literally buy it. Yeah, did you guys see the new season of The Boys? There's like a whole thing now. There's a whole thing in that about Homelander wanting to become God. Pretty great stuff. But sorry, I wanted to check in on the chat here. Yahweh was a storm god. He and his now deleted wife Asherah made it to the top of the pantheon, then played the waiting game and went out. God survived. Yeah, there's a whole interesting thing about Baal, right? Who I was sort of confusing with the golden calf, but that's a totally different one. Baal, who was also a storm god and was known as like the rider on the clouds and shit, right? In like the in his official, I don't know, canon. And a lot of the shit for in the Bible where it talks about God seems to be like about Baal, right? Known by rider of the clouds. He was associated with rain, lightning, wind, fertility, and kingship. And so in the Bible, he's depicted as like this like opposing God, but also it seems like some of his mythology was wrapped into the Old Testament and incorporated into the Old Testament understanding of God, which is interesting. The Hebrew Bible includes use of the term in reference to various Levantan deities, often with application towards Hadad, which is decried as a false god. In the Hebrew Bible, Baal appears frequently as a foreign or rival deity. The title may have sometimes referred to Yahweh. Depiction as a false god was taken over into Christianity and Islam, sometimes under the form Beelzebub in demonology. But it's interesting. It's like it seems like a very similar god, maybe sort of like related to Zeus, the Greek god of storms, Greek storm god. Abraham is basically defending a very angry God to appease him. Hey, they didn't know what they did because there were no rules regarding what to do or not to do in worship to excuse. Hey there. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. He's like, listen, you just told us this now. You got to give. Okay, starting now, we'll make no graven images, okay? Old Testament is anti-Egyptian, anti-Babylonian satire. The New Testament is anti-Roman satire. I've written 12 books about this. Mandy Morehall. That's cool. That's really cool. And your books are called The Towel of Minerva. Hell yeah. That's really cool. I mean, ooh, The Towel of Minerva. You literally have written 12 books about this, eh? By Mandy Morehall. Huh. Cool. Are these like furry books? Are they like, and they are themselves satire. That's interesting. Yeah, I do sort of think of Ooh, the dog eating pizza. That's not for dogs. Quit it. Cool. I'm sorry. I'm totally drawing a blank here. What were we talking about? I can't remember. But oh yeah. So okay, so maybe you know about this, Mandy Moorhall, because my understanding was, that is it the Book of Revelation? Is the like what's the one where it's like the apocalypse? Book of Revelation. I should really be searching this on Rumble. Book of Revelation. Is it the Book of Revelation that's supposed to be how the world ends? That like people think was like a specific satire. Book of Revelation. I'm gonna put satire, or maybe not satire, but like it was supposed to be like almost like a allegory, I guess, of the horror of Babylon is political satire. Humor, resistance, and Jewish cultural persistence. Interpreting the New Testament as dark satire. Okay, so that's New Testament. All right, okay. Hang on. Let me just see, because I'm not 100% sure what I'm talking about. I vaguely remember hearing this in a documentary, and I don't know the full backstory here. The Apocalypse of John, the Book of the Apocalypse, canonically the last book of the New Testament. Interpretations, liturgical, eschatological, aesthetic, and literary. Let's go with that. Literary writers have contributed to a wide range of theories about the origins and purpose. In her view, what Revelation has to teach is patience. Oh, okay. The view that prophets are more meaningful when treated as poets first and foremost. Okay. I thought this was a point often lost sight of because most English Bibles render everything in prose. Oh. Torrey insisted Revelation had originally been written in Aramaic. However, Old Testament scholar Christopher North said, no, that's not true. Torrey proposed that three major songs. Okay, skipping ahead here. D.H. Lawrence. How do I know this guy from? D.H. Lawrence. Isn't he like a novelist? Yeah, okay, English novelist. The Rainbow, Lady Chatterley's Lover. Okay, that's where I know D.H. Lawrence from. Sorry. Okay, apparently he was also doing stuff like this. Aesthetic and literary modes of interpretation developed, which focus on Revelation as a work of art and imagination, viewing the imagery as symbolic depictions of timeless truths. Okay, this is not what I thought. Modern biblical scholarship attempts to understand Revelation in its first century historical context within the genre of Jewish and Christian apocalyptic literature. This approach considers the text as an address to 7 historical communities. Okay. In Asia Minor. Under this interpretation, assertions that the time is near are to be taken literally by those communities. Consequently, the work is viewed as a warning not to conform to contemporary Greco-Roman society, which John unveils as beastly, demonic, and subject to divine judgment. Interesting. Okay, wait a minute. So, all right. New Testament narrative criticism also places Revelation in its first century historical context, but approaches the book from a literary perspective. For example, narrative critics examine characters and characterization, literary devices, settings, plot, themes, point of view, implied reader, implied author, and other constitutive features of narratives in their analysis of the book. Okay, and so sort of what you were saying, Mandy Moorhall, says, modern biblical scholarship interprets the book as a message to Christians not to assimilate into Roman imperial culture. So yeah, New Testament, anti-Roman, right? Thus, the letter, written in the apocalyptic genre, is pastoral in nature. Its purpose is offering hope to the downtrodden, and the symbolism of Revelation is to be understood entirely within its historical, literary and social context. Interesting. Very cool. And, of course, we gotta check out Rumble. We gotta check out the best video site. Book of Revelations. I'm sure there's going to be like a 4-hour AI video about this. Trump clues. Boom week ahead. Oh, there's a boom week ahead. What's this? Why did this show up when I searched Book of Revelations? Is this Costco guys based eschatology? Melissa Red Pill? Now comes the pain. We've got the boom. Sorry, I think I've been slouching. UFOs, Nephilim, hantavirus. Well, none of this actually has to do with... Oh, this is the one I was looking for. Yeah, I told you guys. There's going to be a 2-hour-long AI-generated video about the Book of Revelation. Although, look at it. As Department of War turns into a false prophet, what should we understand about the Book of Revelation? Oh, shit, is this about, like, Hegseth quoting the Quentin Tarantino Bible? The new King Tarantino edition? We got to check this out. Come on, look at it. And it's anti-Trump? Holy shit. Hang tight. The show will begin shortly. The Sons of Liberty. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is not what I was expecting. It's just a bunch of guys talking. Okay. Sorry, I was hoping this would be one of the... Because there are so many videos that are like, you know...
or my disciples would fight. But that's not the way he is. And yet this...
I don't care to watch this. Book of Revelation. Like, I want the one of the ones where they're like, here's a thing about the Bible you've never seen before. Here we go. What's this one? Wall Street Apes. Okay, there's a bunch of things that could be what I'm looking for here. Revelations on the Book of Revelation. Occult lecture. Rethinking the Book of Revelation. Or this one. Oh, this looks so sick. The dragon's praying? The dragon is praying behind all the elephants? Oh, is this... Why won't it... Is it 0? Huh? Is that it? That's not a video? Oh, no, it is a video. Okay. Lion of Judah. Is this a Rasta thing?
The 3 demons in the Book of Revelation.
Yes.
In the Book of Revelation, many characters are introduced to us. Some good, and some who are evil.
Okay, cool.
We see the Lord Jesus Christ in the Book of Revelation.
Good.
Which is expected, because the Book of Revelation is the revelation of Jesus Christ.
Skipping ahead here. Let's hear about some of the bad guys. I guess Rumble doesn't have very
focused.
Very good...
You can't number them. They come in their thousands, hundreds of thousands. We see in the Bible that Satan fell with 1/3 of the angels.
All right, this is not really what I was looking for either. This one looks like it, though. This one gotta be it. Look at those horsemen. And horsewomen, maybe? There's something going on here. Cool. It's not often you get to see an image like that that's clearly derived from like the midst of an extreme bout of AI psychosis.
Hey friends, welcome to another installment of Strange Planet. And if you'd like to get a little deeper into Strange Planet, consider becoming a...
I didn't want to see human guys talk. I wanted to see a bunch of AI guys run around and be cool. I don't know. There's a million of them on the Book of Enoch, which is technically not in the Bible. It's like Apocrypha. What the heck? Oh yeah, here we go. The Book of Enoch full movie. So why am I finding this from Flat Out Truth, but I'm not finding it about the Book of Revelation, which actually is in the Bible. The Book of Enoch is like a lost text of the Bible that you get to it or you find it, you read it, and it's like, oh, this was in the Bible, but it was taken out for King James. This is the truth that God has been trying to tell you, and you haven't been listening. But it's really seems like to me like it's just kind of like a D&D monsters guide to all the angels. Book of Enoch. Yeah. This is the type of shit exactly what I'm talking about. Look at this. It's all AI slop. All of it. Wait, did they just give up at a certain point? If you watch past the first like half hour, it goes from like fully rendered, whatever, like, what do you call it? Sea dance video to just like, and here for the rest of it is just a guy standing
While
in a puddle.
Enoch was resting in his bed, sleeping, two extraordinary figures suddenly appeared beside him,
Who are
greater
they?
than any men he had ever encountered on earth.
Angels.
Their faces radiated like the brightness of the sun.
And you know what's funny is a lot of the talk about how I saw Angel really comes from like, I mean, I don't know where, hey, listen, maybe it's a real angel, but it really mirrors a lot of the way people talk about aliens coming to them. Like, I was in bed, I couldn't move, the aliens came, they started doing experiments on me. And then there's also sleep paralysis demons, which are basically that. It's like it's a phenomenon where the part of your brain that switches off when you are asleep and dreaming, and it's like it stops you from like acting out everything you do in your dream. It paralyzes you. Anyway, so maybe this is some sleep paralysis stuff here.
And their eyes burned like blazing lamps.
Whoa.
From their mouths, fire seemed to emerge, and their
Whoa.
garments shimmered.
Seems like they're a little hot-headed, okay? Eyes like blazing lamps, flames coming from their mouth. These guys, did they just eat some, like a spicy pepper? Was there also steam coming from their ears, and it made like a whistle sound, like a steam engine whistle?
With what looked like feathers. Their arms, adorned with golden wings.
Wow, biblically accurate angels. Turns out they're just pretty much like what you think, except for there's a bunch more fire in their head.
Glowed beside his bedside.
They're sort of like what's his name? Not Hellraiser. Who's the Hell Rider? Who's the flaming skeleton guy from Marvel? Jeez.
They called to him softly, Enoch.
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 Enoch, knock, knock. And Enoch said, "Who's there?" And the angel said, "Orange." And Enoch said, "Orange who?" And the angel said, "Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?"
Startled, he awoke from his slumber, and they spoke with gentle assurance.
Wait, how did he know all that stuff before he was even awake?
Be of good cheer, Enoch, and do not be afraid.
Classic thing an angel would say. Be not afraid. Ghost
The
Rider,
everlasting
thank you.
God has sent
Ghost
us
Rider.
to you, and today
That is exactly who I meant. Ghost Rider.
you shall ascend with us into the heavens.
Like this shit. Listen, I get how the boomers get pilled by AI slop. It just has so much more of it, but then it gets to a certain point and it's just one image, I think. It appears. Oh no.
Born to
oh no,
you.
it's still no, okay, that's just okay, sorry, no, that's just the Rumble progress bar being bad. So this is a whole like 3-hour movie that's all, man, imagine how much fucking water got boiled for this thing. Flat out truth. Oh, 250,000 views. That's amazing metrics for Rumble. That's really good.
Shall be spared. He and his 3 children will survive when all other men perish.
Pretty cool stuff. Anyway, I don't know. There is actual animations about this sort of stuff that's probably better to support, though. There's always my favorite one. I know I played this before on stream, but Ezekiel animation. Ezekiel, this guy is a little bit this guy took some DMT and some shit, you know. Oh, I haven't even seen this one. Cool. Okay, no, I was looking for a specific one, and I know the guy has a bunch of other shit. Sorry, I'm really just kind of don't have a whole plan. Oh, yeah, I think this is the one I've seen before. So Ezekiel. Oh, whoa, cool. I mean, I think this is the one that I've seen before, but this isn't the original. It doesn't say. It doesn't say who it's by. But is this? Yeah. God, it's cool. But there's been a whole work in like the DMT world, the DMT research world, to be like, DMT exists in the Bible, and they go to Ezekiel, and there's been this whole book by what's his name, Strassman. What's the guy's name? DMT Strassman. Sure, I'll do a little thing on this. This one, DMT and the Soul of Prophecy. And this is not just some kook. I mean, you could argue that, I guess, but Rick Strassman is like the most famous DMT researcher. I guess you could argue second most famous after Joe Rogan, but like he's the guy who wrote The Spirit Molecule. He's like very big in this world, and he has written a whole book. I haven't read it, but I understand it's about Ezekiel, this particular part of the Bible, and being like, yo, this is DMT. Because like DMT is weird, right? It's like, all the other psychedelic drugs, like, you take, if you're in a good mood, you take mushrooms, you have a fun, beautiful time. If you're in a bad mood, you have you're grumpy, or a scary time, whatever, If you take mushrooms and somebody tells you this drug, by the way, this drug, you're going to learn it's going to help you find things. It's going to answer your question. Like you take it and it'll help you find things. It's kind of it's like psychedelics are like placebos on steroids. They have, is a fun way of referring to them. They have like a tendency to react differently depending on your expectations, your intentions, and your understanding of the effects of the drug. Now, DMT, not really like that. DMT, this one sort of thing, kind of works. Everybody sort of has a similar experience with it. And that's quite weird. Really, really odd. I want to do more research on this, but this is cool because this is a thousands of years old, writing that describes a pretty common DMT trip experience. So let's check out this animation of it.
Now it came about in the 30th year, in the 4th month, on the 5th day of the month,
So this guy's 30 years old, he's, I don't know, wondering what to do with his life.
I was in the midst of the
It's like, I don't know, 1000 BC or so.
exiled people by the river Kibar, that the heavens were opened, and I began to see visions of God.
Cool.
On the 5th day of the month, that is, in the 5th year of the exile of King Jehoiakim, the word of Jehovah occurred.
This is like a guy trying to tell you about his DMT trip, but he's like, was it March or was it April? I think it might have been May. And you're just like, it doesn't matter, man.
Referred specifically to Ezekiel, the son of Buzi, the priest in the land of the Chaldeans, by the river Kibar. And upon him in that place the hand of Jehovah came to be. And I began to see and look.
Oh, yeah.
There was a tempestuous wind coming from the north, a great cloud mass and quivering fire, and it had a brightness all around, and out of the midst of it there was something like the look of electrum out of the midst of the fire. And out of the midst of it there was the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was how they looked.
Yo, what?
They had the likeness of earthling man, and each one had 4 faces, and each one of them 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of the foot of a calf, and they were gleaming as with the glow of burnished copper. And there were the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides, and the 4 of them had their faces and their wings.
Like, doesn't that make you think of like like Alex Gray shit like this? Like these sort of angels with like 4 faces like all around them, like this is it's like, and I saw a guy with 4 faces all around. It's like, that guy, the DMT guy, yeah. No, I know him. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've seen that guy.
Their wings were joining one to the other. They would not turn when they went. They would go each one straight forward.
And the way he's describing the wings makes no sense. What? It's just like the ineffability of these experiences. It's like, skibbity Bible. Yes, that is what this is. That is exactly what this is. But he's like, and the wings would not move out. Like, what did it say?
Would not turn when they went.
The wings would not turn when they went.
They would go each one straight forward.
Huh?
And as for the likeness...
What do you mean? Like, you can picture being the guy trying to 3D animate this, being like, okay, I don't know what that means, but I'll try.
...of their faces, the four of them had a man's face, with a lion's face to the right, and the four of them had a bull's face on the left. The four of them also had an eagle's face. That is the way their faces were.
That is the way their faces were. You gotta believe me. That's what it was. That's the way their faces were, man.
Wings were spreading out.
You gotta throw a few. I know this thing's been translated a million times, but you gotta assume the original, Aramaic or whatever language it was written in. There was a few more like dude, man, bro, I'm serious, you gotta believe me, scattered throughout this.
Upward. Each one had two joining to each other, and two were covering their bodies. And they would go, each one, straight forward. To wherever the spirit would incline to go, they would go. They would not turn as they went. And as for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire. Something like the appearance of torches was moving back and forth between the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire there was lightning going forth.
Oh, they're playing the classic angel game of fire dodgeball.
And on the part of the living creatures there was a going forth and a returning, as with the appearance of the lightning.
What?
As I kept seeing the living creatures, why, look, there was one wheel on the earth beside the living creatures.
This is where things get trippy.
The four faces of each. As for the appearance of the wheels and their structure, it was like the glow of chrysolite, and the four of them had one likeness. And their appearance...
Is it the Minions? I was like,
of chrysolite, and the four of them had one likeness. And their appearance and their structure were just as when a wheel proved to be in the midst of a wheel. When they went, they would go on their four respective sides. They would not turn another way when they went. And as for their rims,
This is another part where it's like, yeah, I saw it just like I'm looking at you right now, man, I swear. And he's like, okay, so there's like a wheel, and it's within a wheel, but both wheels are going in a different way, and it's moving, and blah, blah, blah.
At such height that they caused fearfulness, and their rims were full of eyes all around the four of them.
Also a common theme in Alex Gray's shit. Look at those eyes everywhere. Look at those eyes everywhere. He's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of eyes. There's a lot of eyes, you say. Yeah, like the thing that everybody sees on DMT? Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, let me just look DMT art. Oh man, this sucks. When I just type in DMT art and like everything I get back is AI, that blows, man. Oh my God, what a disappointment. Ugh. All right, well, whatever. Okay, I guess I would love to not only look at Alex Gray stuff, but like I might have to not do that. This one looks kind of cool though. Whoa. There we go, the wheel, the eyes, like that. This is all, this is DMT. There's something very DMT about this Bible story. There's a what's it called? Oh God, what was I saying? Oh yeah, there's a song about this verse. It's like Ezekiel saw the wheel, something in the wheel in the middle of the air, something like that. There's some song that I learned in like 9th grade music class. A wheel within a wheel. way in the middle of the air, something like that. I don't know.
And when the living
But
creature...
when I learned that song, I was like, what the hell is he talking? A whale within a wheel? What on earth? Anyway, whatever. Okay, I got to learn to play this on the fucking glockenspiel. But when I actually learned what that part of the Bible was about, I was like, what? That's way more intense than I thought it was.
went, the wheels would go beside them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheel...
Yeah, the guy describing it is not putting the emphasis where it belongs here. He's like, yeah, so then there was like a big, giant, I guess you could call it a godhead that appeared and eyes all over a wheel, and their aliens had 4 heads.
Wheels would be lifted up. Wherever the spirit inclined to go...
It really should be by a guy who's like, and then there was a wheel. Like, that's how you should read this.
They would go, the spirit inclining to go there, and the wheels themselves would be lifted up close alongside them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. When they went, these would go. And when they stood still, these would stand still. And when they were lifted up from the earth, the wheels would be lifted up close.
Wheels within the wheels go round and round, round and round. And the eyeballs in the wheels go look into your soul.
Close alongside them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
Okay, we get the
and over the heads of the living creatures there was the light.
So check this out. We got a bunch of angels. There's 4 angels. And then the angels are inside of wheels. Each of them are inside of these wheels that are covered in eyes. And then there's 4 of those wheels covered in eyes. And then on top of those eye wheels is like a platform.
Thickness of an expanse, like the sparkle of awesome ice stretched out over their heads.
A sparkle of awesome ice.
Up above. And under the expanse their wings were straight, one to the other.
And it's still the thing with the wings being straight. The wings did not turn; they went straight. It's like, and then they were straight. And then he says they were straight. What?
And under the expanse, their wings were straight, one to the other.
The wings were straight, one to the other. The animator didn't even try with that one. He's like, I don't know what he means by that.
Each one had 2 wings covering on this.
To be fair, I don't know what that is either.
Side. Each one had 2 covering on that side, their bodies. And I got to hear the sound of their wings, a sound like that of vast...
Oh, can you hear the sound of their wings?
And I got to hear the sound of their wings, a sound like that of vast waters, like the sound of the Almighty One. When they went, the sound of a tumult, like the sound of an encampment. When they stood still, they would...
Like the sound of an encampment?
Let their wings down.
Okay.
And there came to be a voice above the expanse that was over their head. When they stood still, they would let their wings down. And above the expanse that was over their head, there was something in appearance like sapphire stone.
This is the crazy part, okay? So far, this is just the machine elves, you know, the mechanical gnomes down here with their trinkets and orbs. By the way, another thing that a lot of people describe the machine elves having are orbs, including a little guy named myself. Not that I would ever do drugs. Machine elves, orbs. Terrence McKenna's talked about this. He said that they had... Oh, fuck. Yeah. Well, okay. I think this is AI, but this is sort of like this orb thing. Terrence McKenna, the DMT guy, described them as like Fabergé eggs, which appears to be what this interpretation is based on. But like just these creatures having orbs, like very intricate, complicated orbs covered in eyes, are another common thing in the descriptions of these events, you know? So it's interesting. In this case, it seems that the machine elves, or, you know, whatever you want to call them, angels, themselves are within orbs. They're inside of the orbs.
The likeness of a throne. And upon the likeness of the throne, there was a likeness...
Okay, so check this out. And then we got the machine elves that are all inside of these orb wheels. And then on top of that is like this weird static, like ice platform. And then on top of that is God. So we got God driving around in this like souped up, like angel powered car, you know?
Someone in appearance like an earthling man upon it, up above. and I got to see something like the glow of electrum, like the appearance of fire all around inside thereof.
So, like in the, it's funny how everything's described as fire too. Like, I feel like, you know, maybe now we would describe it as like electricity or, you know, brain waves or whatever, radioactive. I don't know. Like we have a lot of more words to describe it, but back in the day, back at this time, he just had to keep being like, and it was like fire, and then that part was like fire too, and then there's a different kind of fire over here as well, but it was still flame fiery. Yeah.
From the appearance of his hips and upward, and from the appearance of his hips and downward, I saw something like the appearance of fire, and he had a brightness all around. There was something like the appearance of the bow that occurs in a cloud mass.
And then on top of it's a rainbow. This is a car. This is God's car. This is God's car.
The day of a pouring rain. That is how the appearance was of the brightness round about.
You can sort of hear the, like, you know, the stoner of antiquity coming through, even through all the, you know, whatever New King James Version translations. Is like, yes, that is how it appeared. Yes, something like that roundabout. It's like, it was kind of like that, dude, I guess. It's like, it's the best I can describe it, really.
Rain. That is how the appearance was of the brightness round about.
Yeah, sort of like
it
that.
was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of Jehovah.
Wow. Wow. Yes. This is a standard description of the throne of God in Merkava mysticism, which is a group of Jewish mystics who all had different visions like this. Really? Okay, I didn't know that. Merkava mysticism. I think, by the way, what I just showed you, I think this might be my favorite YouTube video. This one right here. I'm annoyed because this is like somebody's re-uploaded it, but like there was a whole channel of other videos like this back in the day, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, but it looks like, you know, and this is from 18 years ago, that re-upload. So, good luck finding the original. But the AI Bible. Oh, cool. Easy Q. The movie that shocked the world. Oh, this is it. This is the one that I originally saw. Yes, John 832 Publishing. Do they have more videos? Oh, of course they've got into AI. But back in the day, they were doing fully hand, you know, CGI animated stuff. And they got a bunch of these things. Oh, wait, is it in like, what language is that? Thai or something? Interesting. Oh, I see. They were just doing like retranslated re-uploads of the ones that they had. Gotcha. Wow. Yeah, okay. 13 years ago. I think this is where I originally saw it. But what is this one? A Vision of God. This isn't the one we just watched either. Okay, the one that I remember is like, has so much more to it, but it looks so similar. Wait, I'm so confused. Okay, this is not really important. But yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. But it looks really similar, right? Except, I guess the new one was supposed to be like...
And everyone...
An updated version of it? Oh, wow, and the voice is different too.
One had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings.
Okay, now I feel... Okay, well, this is not the one that I thought it was. But that one is from longer ago. So maybe this is a ripoff of that one. I don't know. But yeah, this one, he also included that there's the face. Here's the hooves are gold as well. And their bodies are like covered in fire. I think he does a better job. And their bodies are also covered in eyes. You guessed it. The bodies are also covered in eyes. Like, I feel like he did a better job with this one.
And their whole body, and their backs, and their hands, and their wings were full of eyes round about.
Roundabout. Every time he says roundabout, I picture him being like, kind of, sort of like that. I don't know, but they weren't really eyes. But yeah, this is way before it was before AI. But yeah, the voiceover. That's a real voice, though. Only real people talk like that. I feel silly because I would have rather have showed you guys this one, but it's very much very similar, like weirdly similar. Like I feel like it's got to be like the same person doing it, and also the way that he talks is so much like, it's also like very like. And I'm describing the most insane hallucinogenic trip taken in history, but I don't know how to emphasize any particular part of it. There's the fire of the guy in the thing.
For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
Awesome. Okay, sorry, gang. What you get the idea. I was going to look up. What was it? Somebody was saying, "Oh, Merkava mysticism," from Lagging Games. Interesting. Merkava mysticism. And here's another picture of the whole thing. This is an old what do you call it? Etching or whatever, engraving. There's Ezekiel looking up at the sky, being like, "Oh shit, I think I took too much. Oh, guys, can someone drive me home? Can somebody call my mom? I don't know what I don't think I ate enough today. Oh God, I need water." And then he's looking up at the sky, and we've got there's one of the angels, an attempt at drawing the thing he described. There's the wheel within the wheel over here, covered in eyes, and here's God sitting on his throne, riding around in his cool car. And then what was this part? Was there a part where a hand reaches out gives him like a bill or something like that? What's this part? Is this the bill for all the AI usage that is going to be made necessary after everything that he's just said? Okay, so, all right. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know about this. I actually totally didn't know about this. A school of early Jewish mysticism centered on visions such as those found in Ezekiel 1 or in the Hekalat literature. Palaces concerning stories of ascents to the heavenly palaces and the throne of God. Okay, so this is like, to me, knowing... Literally, the only thing I know about this is the paragraph I just read. This seems like basically like the modern day kind of like Joe Rogan sphere, like comedians that do DMT and talk about it. Here's Ezekiel's wheel in the St. John the Baptist Church, bunch of spinny eyes. Ezekiel's vision of the chariot made of many heavenly beings driven by the likeness of a man. Okay, cool. And did they have drugs? Prohibition against study? The Talmudic interdictions concerning Merkaba speculation are numerous and widely held. Discussions. So the Talmud is like dialogues between different rabbis about like what they should do. So I guess in the Talmud they're like, "Yo, straight up, don't do that shit. Nah, man, that shit seems scary, man. I don't want to like really fuck up the vibe here, but I don't think we should be doing that. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret." Merkaba. Okay. Jewish development, early apocalyptists. Okay, hang on. Also, Hekalat is very funny to me because it makes me think of like heckin' doggos. Well, there sure is a heck of a lot of literature. Sorry, and I got that out of my system, and I don't need to say it again. This is his great name with which Moses divided the great sea. This is his great name which he turned the waters into high walls. The secret names of God and their powers. Cool. The secret name of God. What if you learn the secret name of God and it's like Frank? And you're like, "Frank?" And God's like, "Ah, man, you learned it. All right, what?" Okay, so this is also Enoch, the Book of Enoch sort of thing, right? Oh no, okay. Enoch was there for Noah's flood too. The Archangel Metatron. I know Metatron is a big part of Kabbalistic, yeah, mystical Kabbalistic texts, and it's also represented by like the sort of like the hypercube kind of thing, right? Or not the hypercube, but this sort of like 4-dimensional concept. Okay, I'm just going to search DMT on this page. 0 results. Drug? 0 results. Trance? No. But like, guys, wait, there's got to be, did they meditate or something? How did they get these visions? Did they get visions? Visions? Oh, they definitely got visions. Prophetic visions, Isaiah's and Ezekiel's visions. What's Isaiah's visions? Prophetic visions of God. Exegetical, a critical explanation. Sorry, maybe I'll do some research on this, and then we can come back and I'll do like a big stream on it, because I find this shit fascinating, but I don't know how fun it'll be just to kind of watch me fart around on here trying to figure out what kind of shit these guys are on. Like, dang. I wanted there to be like a part at the end of Ezekiel 1 where he's like, and that was like pretty much what I saw, dude. It's like God and the thing. And it's like, and so Ezekiel said unto Yeshua, and Yeshua spaketh thus, I would love to get your dealer's phone number, please. I want to try that shit. I want to see the chariot of God. But anyway, all right, okay, that's enough of that for now. Sorry, listen. I think this could be a really cool stream, but I don't know. It's something that I would probably want to be a little bit more read up on before I get into it. I had this video I wanted to watch because Michael Aquino is an interesting guy, but I don't know. Do I want to watch that right now? Because I feel like it's going to be a lot. Oh, there's a new flesh simulator. Should I watch that? Let's check out the new flesh simulator. Yeah? You guys won't be mad about that. People love flesh simulator. Everybody loves flesh simulator, especially the metrics for my channel if it's anything drama related. So let's watch the Taking Accountability Flesh Simulator video, and I have not seen this. I am experiencing this for the first time with all of you. Here we go.
Well, this is never a fun video to make. It's always hard. But sometimes you need to own up when you fuck up.
Sometimes it is a fun video though. When the girl had the ukulele, I loved that. That's one of my favorite videos ever.
And
it's like number 1, the animated CGI Ezekiel 1. Number 2, taking accountability. It seems like there should be a word that you could make accountability. Ukulele. Accountability. Taking ukulele. Whatever. I gotta write it down. I'll figure it out.
For that reason, I would like to take accountability for the following things. Calling no fewer than 30 different white people the N-word. Factoring out someone's social security number and then posting it as a multiplication problem in their replies. Posting a video of myself green screened into my op's childhood bedroom. Using Grok to turn my op into a perfect sphere.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was going to be like this. It is kind of funny though. I mean, when he says all these things like that. Yeah, okay. He did call a lot of white people the N-word. Did he call any black people the N-word? I feel like that's an important question here.
Telling people that I interviewed their manager at the dick sucking factory and their manager said they were a volunteer. Using Grok to turn people into bionicles. Calling this guy Andre 6 Million. Saying Indian people.
Andre 6 Million.
Calling this guy Andre 6.
I feel like that's kind of funny, but I don't know if I would have maybe gone 600. I don't know, because it's saying he's more than Andre 3000. But okay, that's a decent burn though. That's a decent burn.
6 million. Saying Indian people die like hamsters.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Like, always in a weird, insane way. Like, it ate alcohol seltzer and exploded, or it got into the air fryer and got cooked. Getting stickers of someone's profile picture made and then paying someone to stick them on the handrail into their office building. Saying it was unknown whether or not somebody was a pedophile. Describing Rob Reiner's son as having gone beast mode. Spelling Uyghur, like the Uyghur genocide, as Wigger. Donating $10 to APAC every time a particular account replied to me under their full government name. Describing a news story about a daycare owner running a child fight club as beast mode. Describing members of the Shining Path boiling the children of political dissidents alive as beast mode. Threatening to insert a plumbing snake into somebody's penis and, quote, turn them into a Beyblade.
Yeah, I feel like these variants are very... I mean, most of them I'm just like, okay, yeah, you're edgy on Twitter. I mean, that's like mostly why people like them. Like him, I mean. Like he's he called a lot of very serious things going beast mode. All right. A lot of these things I didn't know about, and they're kind of funny to hear about.
Saying the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 was a prank, saying that Columbine was a senior prank, threatening to unleash a flock of genetically engineered rape quins on somebody. They're penguins, but that rape you. Demanding people curse Vishnu if I thought they were Indian. 100% accuracy on that one. Saying Africanized honeybees had fast twitch muscle fiber. What else?
So he's saying that he was 100% accurate in guessing when people were Indian online. Okay, I don't know how he verified that, but I know that he was pretty inaccurate with a lot of other things he assumed about people. Wow, he came in locked and loaded. Almost like he's trying to downplay some of them. Oh yeah, I mean for sure. He's like all of these things. He's like, I am taking accountability for all these hilarious hijinks I got up to. Can you believe I called this guy Andre 6000?
Yeah. Repeatedly posting the architectural floor plans of people's apartments or house with an Extron where I thought their desk chair was. Calling the recent Brazilian news about the Cessna crashing into a building 0.911, saying Israel is run by the Jews, saying Washington Square Park sounded like the name of a black...
Israel is run by the Jews is pretty funny.
Korean guy, calling a guy light fagami, saying Rusty Cage went to Japan to throw firecrackers at strangers in Hiroshima, door dashing somebody lube and selecting their Ring doorbell option. Let's see, responding to a guy talking mad shit about me by gradually depixelating a screenshot of a full-face picture of them on their Baby for Diaper Lover Reddit account until they suddenly stopped talking mad shit about me. Asking Grok to make my ops undergo mitosis, posting...
The guy kept talking shit about him as he was unpixelating his diaper fetish account? Wow. That guy's brave.
A current picture of a guy who was talking mad shit taken from his own laptop webcam, describing the case of a Miss Switzerland finalist being strangled to death by her husband and then pureed in a blender as beast mode. Let's see, name dropping a guy's elementary school Neopets account name in an argument. And finally, learning that Solid J, aka at @the_Hague_ICC, from the How to Conduct a PSYOP video, was actually the individual behind the accounts at Mark Harden 911 and at Simps Biden and at March 15th, 2007, and also was an avid hip-hop producer, and also was not actually a neuroscientist named Jay, but a 25-year-old named Jacob, who was pretending to be his stepfather, who in fact was a neuroscientist named Jay.
Man, this is really hard for me to pay attention to. I'll be honest. Okay, I'm gonna try, but we're jumping all over the place here. This is sort of like, I mean, okay, like I get what he's doing. He's like, he knows there's drama, people are mad at him or whatever, and he's like, it's called taking accountability. He does the whole thing. It's not easy to do. It's not fun, blah, blah, blah. But then turns out he does a twist and he just does like basically gives like a greatest hits kind of, here's a bunch of hilarious things I did on Twitter. And I mean, it's, yeah, I don't know. It's like kind of funny. I mean, he knows no one can accuse this man of not caring. That's for sure. That's for sure. Is this the whole vid? I think so. I think this is just kind of, no. Actually, it's about to change into something totally different. So let's power through. Let's get there.
On podcasts and on Twitter for clout. Like pretending to be his own stepdad anonymously. And then instead of immediately calling him out for that, choosing to write, produce, perform, and record in a...
Yeah, traded his ukulele with a gun. This guy's scary. Toxic simulator train. Yeah.
Original diss track about the topic, and then posting the diss track mid-argument and telling him that I had Grok generate a diss track based on his profile, and accidentally breaking his brain completely. I'll play the diss track now.
Oh, wait, sorry, I fucking zoned out. God, how is my ADHD this bad? What was the diss track for?
Use, perform, and record in original, like pretending to be his own stepdad. Anonymously, and then instead of immediately calling him out...
Oh, is this, okay, so this was something that I didn't quite pick up on before, but remember when he would say, and I don't know the actual drama, but he kept saying, like, who you may remember from the Solid J, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't remember him from the Solid J thing. But there's a whole thing where it was like Solid J, Liquid J, and that's actually a reference to Chris Chan. If you know Chris Chan, like the original... lolcow, like maybe not the original lolcow, but the textbook example of a lolcow, somebody who just can't stop responding to trolls. Somebody who's constantly feeding the trolls and becoming a cow for the trolls that the trolls can milk eternally, and will always embarrass themselves further. Kind of like what Flesh Simulator did for a while. But the solid liquid thing with Chris was that somebody was pretending to be him and was saying that I'm Solid Chris, I'm Liquid Chris, or whatever. I don't really know the details, but they would do like diss tracks to each other, and they would go back and forth. Chris Chan would make a diss track, Solid whatever guy, whatever his name was, would make a diss track, and they had like this back and forth battle. It was a very hilarious moment in an otherwise pretty fucking awful saga of a person's life spiraling down the drain. But so that was a reference to this. So anyway, that makes sense as to why there is a diss track here.
For that,
I don't know if that helped anyone understand or if that was necessary at all. But just to go into this thing, we're gonna get we are gonna get a little bit of a toxic gossip train Flesh Simulator version.
Choosing to write, produce, perform, and record an original diss track about the topic, and then posting the diss track mid-argument and telling him that I had Grok generate a diss track based on his profile. And
it's Grok generated a diss... Oh, that sucks.
Accidentally breaking his brain completely. I'll play the diss track now.
Let me introduce the ghost of fabrication, your 25 cosplaying stepdad's occupation. Solid J, the real one, has credentials. Liquid J sits across the silent dinner table. Neuroscientist who misspelled colossum, linked and rotting copy-pasting, hoping no one calls him.
So the reason why he used Grok to write this was he wanted it to be written in the sort of like poetic meter, like the speaking, the whatever, linguistic fingerprint of the guy he's making fun of. But it doesn't quite make sense, does it? I guess unless you know the whole Chris Chan kind of reference he's doing here. Okay.
Your stepdad built a legacy.
I do kind of like the beat though. I kind of think the beat is good. I would listen to this song if it wasn't ruined for me that it was written by Grok. It'd be so much better if he wrote it himself. Why wouldn't he just do that? Anyway.
Decades in the field, you marked this him online and hope the mask would never peel. Here's what I know about you that you'll never say out loud. The loudest voice in every room is terrified of crowds. You were anonymous because you knew you couldn't stand the weight of your own name held in your own hand. Jacob Barrett's. Jacob Barrett's. Jacob Barrett's.
too much effort to put into somebody who who no one else knows about. You know, like if he could have done, like, he got into beef with like some bigger creators, right? Like he got into beef with like a little bit of beef with the parapolitics guy, but he didn't write him a rap song. Like, what's this all about? What? Who cares? I don't know who this is.
You played yourself.
And he's like, and I specifically used AI to make sure that I sounded exactly like them. And they use the same type of language and references that they use in their tweets that their 300 followers know about. And it's like, okay, why do I have to listen to this?
I never could. You burned your mask because the mirror finally understood. Neuroscience in your bio-terminology rehearsed. You Googled just enough to sound like something more than first-person fiction, second-hand ambition, someone else's lane. Took your stepdaddy's title, took his field, and took his name. You got a god complex, a foundation.
Okay, I should be mad that this guy took his stepfather's name. That sounds like a wonderful, beautiful kind of moment in the life of a boy. You know, it's like, he's got this like spooky bass beat, and he's the haunted house kind of sound, and he's like, oh, you eventually accepted your stepdad as your true father, blah blah blah, the dad who stepped up. And you're like, oh, that sounds nice though. You took your stepfather's name. Okay, yeah, that was a formative moment for me. You know, why would I be mad about this?
A say on every room you walk into, you need for everyone to stand. In the light, in the open, with your name and caption shown, you suddenly no longer have the spine to throw a stone. So you hid behind the curtain, through your fire, through a screen. More elaborate performance.
A horrible poetic meter, by the way. This does not scan at all. You can really tell it was written by Grok. Like even ChatGPT, there'd be a little bit more of a, I don't know, iambic pentameter or whatever kind of meter. There'd be something. Every line, it's like he's rushing to get all the syllables out. The most elaborate performance that nobody's ever seen.
That nobody's ever seen. And it worked for a while until ego cracked the shell. When someone else got credit, you couldn't live in hell. You confessed out of pride, felt that live inside your chest. A villain self-destruct because he had to be the best. Even at the worst things, even at the dark. Need the world to know that it was you that left a mark, not strength. That's a wound that never closed. That's a child under each and every mask you ever posed. Jacob Barrett's. And here's the part that's gold, here's the part that's clinical. You spent months going after something cynical. Calling it stupid, slow, beneath you, second rate. Calling it the pinnacle of everything you supposedly hate. Then found out that they knew what was made from your own mind. You were screaming.
Oh, that part he actually did change it from what Grok wrote. That's cool. Okay, so some of it's written originally. Calling it stupid, slow, beneath you, second rate. And then Grok says, built reputation off of mockery and hate. Which is also sort of what Flesh Simulator does, so maybe that's why he switched it.
Everything you supposedly hate.
Everything you supposedly... So he changed it to be about him being a hypocrite. That's kind of funny.
Found out that they knew what was made from your own mind. You were screaming into a mirror the whole time. You cyberbullied your reflection into the ground. Let me take a what exactly did you find when you found out that the stupidest thing in the room had your cadence?
And this is supposed to be the thing that he thinks is Jacob, I guess is solid J or whichever J it is. Jacob's going to be like, wait, what? So hang on, you're saying that like everything that you said making fun of me was done with an AI that was specifically imitating my online voice? Like, imagine somebody doing this to you and this was the big mic drop. Would this be a moment you'd be like, fuck, he got me? Or you'd be like, what? Okay, nerd. Okay, that sounds like a lot of effort for something you could have just typed out. Like, I haven't been doing that. I've just been dunking on you. You seem upset. I don't understand where he's going, what he was going for here.
Mindless man, he made a show of playing with his toys. A model trained in your writing, your syntax, your thought. You build yourself into a corner right when you got caught.
A model trained on your writing, your syntax, your thought.
No, just his writing. Not trained on his thought. You don't have access to that. Grok can't read those.
The mirror's still back, and you called the mirror dumb. Tell me, Jacob, when you lost the fight, who'd you lose it from? Jacob Barrett's.
it's not. There's a little bit more of it, and then it goes back to the taking accountability part.
Grabbed me every day adjacent. Tried to burn the field because you couldn't fucking face it. And someone else was building something real out in the sun. While you were sitting in the dark and we undone. Tried to smoke the workplaces, tried to solve the...
These words are completely different. What?
Earth isn't higher, you're not a nemesis. You're just a frightened man on fire. An impersonation wearing faces that aren't yours.
No, okay, sorry. It's just like a little bit behind.
Management do that so long that you lost track of the source. The original Jacob, underneath all of the roles. The one who's 25 alone with no one and no soul. No impressive occupation, barely finished your degree. Just stepdad shadow stretching where you should be. Here's a letter, Jacob, and I've written down your sins. Everyone can see the boy that's always been within. Screaming to be seen from behind the veil. Needing to be feared because he felt above the fail. That's why your daddy left you. That's why you find yourself needing to be something special, doctor, architect of pain. Because you know that on your own we'll all forget your name.
Dude, without you, I would not know this guy's name at all. Flesh Simulator. We'll all you know that on your own we would all forget your name. I wouldn't have a name to forget if it wasn't for you, dude. Like, I think, this guy's been getting into beefs on Twitter, and he is under the impression that everyone, all the millions of people, oh wow, he's really gone down in subscribers, hasn't he? Or was he always like this? Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he had over 1 million. No. Okay, no, I think this is pretty much where he was at before. But he's under the impression that everyone who follows him on YouTube knows about all of the like many beefs he gets into on Twitter. That is simply not the case. It's not the case. Like I think, yeah, I did follow him on Twitter during this time. I had no idea about any of it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Because you know that on your own we'll all forget your name. Parents.
How many likes did that song originally get, I wonder? Do we have that? Does anyone know that? Jacob, did you watch the thing? What did you think of the video? What did you think of my diss track? Jacob, you have a 24 hours to reply if you want.
That guy.
MC Ground Beef Simulator, Beef Rap. End of year greatest crash out nomination. Oh, for sure. This has got to be a contender. I don't really know who else comes close. Honestly, though, like I will say, listen, I have a flaw, which is that if somebody's funny, I can basically forgive them for anything. And the first half of the video, I was kind of like, okay, yeah. And then this was just, dude, what are you doing? But he's still got about 50 seconds left of the video. Let's find out. If he can win me back.
Well, anyways,
Zodiac. You trying to catch the Zodiac killer in the background? All right.
That's all of the stuff that I am sorry about. I have another documentary coming out, a 90-minute, full-length, feature-length, whatever you want to call it, documentary called We Are Sick Fucks that I'm doing in collaboration with Coop. Another great YouTuber, investigative journalist type fellow. It's going to be coming out exclusively on MDE.TV. Yes.
Oh, okay. And that's on Sam Hyde's website, of course. All right.
You will have.
That's disappointing to me because I did really want to watch the collab between him and Coop. One of our favorites around here.
Pay money for it again. Too bad. But yeah, that's all the stuff I'm sorry about. And what else? Subscribe to Coop. I will link his channel in the description. And also listen to Gladiodrome, the official podcast of the Deep State. Opinions expressed herein are not our own. It's with Rusty Cage and the antagonist. I told you I was coming for all of you.
What? Wait, what do you mean though, dude? Are you coming for everyone? Like, I mean, okay. I mean, like, okay, yeah, okay, so, I need to really figure out what I think about this. Because on the one hand, I do respect somebody who's been just getting dunked on, just ruthlessly clowned on every day since he painted his face red. It's been rough since that video. But I do respect, because like a lot of people will try to like actually make a video like this unironically and be like, I'm so I need to take accountability, and I was in a different state of mind, and I didn't mean any of it. Sort of same kind of reason why I liked the ukulele video, because I was like, wow, making one of these videos in the most twee way humanly possible, that's awesome. That's so bold. And so whatever. I mean, it's much as cringe as this was to watch, and parts of it were definitely cringe, but it's so much more cringe to watch somebody actually try and change the mind of like an entire mob of people online who are, you know, harassing them and doxing them and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't mind that he didn't do that. I mean, yeah, like out of context, the things he's bringing up here, all his like dunks. Okay, yeah, this would be like somebody that I would follow on Twitter and be like, this guy's nuts, but a pretty good follow. He gets some good dunks. He gets some good shots in. And the way he's saying it here, I think maybe, I'm guessing, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not familiar with basically any of these examples he brings up here. But I'm guessing they didn't really play out quite as well as he thought they did, or he seems to be confident they did. And this part, which takes up about half the video, this is just embarrassing. This is just embarrassing. Like, dude, just make a fucking diss track, man. Make a diss track. You don't need to like couch it in like AI. Oh, it's like whatever. Like, it still would have been cringe to care this much about. Should I try to find this account? Like, is it a big account? Solid J? Liquid J? Solid J, right? Solid J. I found Solid JJ. I think he says the name of it right beforehand.
Calling this guy Andre 6 Million, saying Indian people die like hamsters, profile unknown made, and then paying someone to stick them on the handrail into their office building. Reiner's son as having gone whether or not somebody was a pedophile. Describing Rob Reiner's son, the Uyghur genocide, as a particular account running a child.
Jeez, I'm just trying to find.
Fight Club as Beast Mode, describing members of the Shining Path boiling the children of political dissidents alive as Beast Mode.
Enough of that. Hang on. I'll just get the transcript here. Oh, it's not at the part that we just were at? Oh, wait, why did it go back that far? Okay, sorry, guys. Listen, this is my first time using a computer.
Dad.
404. Solid J, the real credentials from Liquid J's across the silent dinner table. Right. Okay. Neuroscientist named J. Okay, here's the whole thing. Name dropping a guy's elementary school, Neopets account name in an argument, and finally learning that Solid J, aka at the Hague ICC from the How to Conduct a PSYOP video, was actually the individual behind the accounts at Mark Harden 911 and Simps.
And finally, learning that Solid J, aka at the _Hague _ICC.
Okay, at the Hague. All right. Sorry. Is it the _Hague _ICC? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, okay, and I am actually following them. Okay, great. Because it looks like they have a locked account now. So this was the guy. 3,000 followers. Like, bro, this is who you're going after, man? Like, they're not a like, you know, content creator even, I don't think. I need to have a guest on here to explain what the hell the whole beef was about here. Anyway, whatever. Because this guy does not seem to be big enough to necessitate a beef, rat beef.
From the How to Conduct a PSYOP video was actually the individual behind.
Yeah, Gas J hasn't even been mentioned, and Plasma J is ready. Plasma J is ready for all this. Yeah, sorry, Weird Housewives Club. I hope they tap out needing to know more about any of the people in this beef, most of whom I knew nothing about before. And you know what? That's totally fair. That's totally fair. I think I'm about to tap out as well. I was hoping that there would be a little bit more to this video in either direction, but I would have, if it had just been the first 3 minutes, I think I would have liked this a lot better. I wouldn't have been like, oh, okay, I endorse Flesh Simulator. My main issue with him is, like, he seems like racist and, transphobic and, like, reactionary in a lot of ways that I think are fucking stupid. And I guess that sort of implies that I think there are smart ways to be reactionary. But, like, this guy his whole thing is, like, I see through the fucking mind war. All right. I know what's a psyop. I know what's just the fucking government, them trying to brainwash you and make you think things. I'm going to tell you the truth. And then he's talking shit about like race and IQ. It's like, bro, you're falling for a psyop that's from the fucking, 16th century, dude. You're falling from a psyop that's meant to fucking separate Irish indentured servants from their black slave comrades and benefit the wealthy, Caribbean ruling class. I just think it's pathetic. And hey, can the guy pop off a good comeback on X.com? 100%. Yeah, totally. Andre 3 million or 6 million? Not bad. But I don't know. Like, I don't think people should harass him. I very much don't think that that's a good thing to do. Don't dox the guy. Don't bug him. Don't take out your whatever rage at society on this one guy. Seems like he's gone through a lot. But, at the end of the day, though, I do want him to be okay. And I think in order to do that, I think he needs to, I don't know, touch grass, I guess, to sort of realize that this doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know this guy. I don't know the guy you're talking about, why you're mad at him, what made you went beast mode on this. And it just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself right, but I knew this wasn't going to be like, oh, now I like Flesh Simulator, but it was the whole thing before too, with the painting his face red and doing the whole thing where he's like, I'm an anime villain, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I think, you don't got to take accountability for the actual bad things you did. Sure, whatever. Like, who am I to force you to do that? But, oh, is that what? I totally didn't catch that before. Andre 6 million is a Holocaust reference. Totally didn't catch that before. I feel dumb. All right. Yeah. So, okay, because the guy's Jewish, I guess. That's funny. I didn't get that. I guess I don't hang out enough in certain anti-Semitic echo chambers to catch on to that, but I feel like that's okay, and I feel like that's like he's Jewish too, right? Flesh Simulator, so that's allowed. Calling white people the N-word, not allowed, but you can make a Holocaust joke if you're Jewish, or if you're not Jewish, and it's very funny. I think it would have to be funnier than Andre 6 million though. Yeah, anyway, gang, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen this before. I don't have any thoughts prepared. These are just my real genuine thoughts off the dome. But I think like the right way to have done this, if I'm going to look sort of like armchair, quarterback this comeback here, would, if he actually wanted to sort of shift things more in his favor, to be a little bit more self-aware about like how cringe he was being before, but instead he kind of doubled down on it, putting this whole cringe ass AI song in it. And then this was actually promo for his video, which is probably a smart business move. But then he ends it like, "I told you I was coming for you."
Opinions expressed herein are. I told you I was coming for all of you.
But it's like, but don't, man, don't. You're just gonna dig yourself in the hole further. None of this makes you look cool. I didn't mind the part where he's going through all the quick little roasts he got off. I apologize for this and this. But yeah, I don't know. He is still, he cannot help himself. He has to act like an anime villain. And he doesn't quite know, how he's going to come across. But anyway, whatever. And most of all, I'm disappointed that the video is on $1 Million Extreme. I guess also it's bad because it's bad because it's a Nazi who owns that website and is getting money for it. That sucks. But mostly I was excited to watch the Coop Flesh Simulator collab. Oh well. What do the people think? Let's turn it over to the people. Oh God. Wait, the pinned comment. Edit, because none of you seem to be understanding. Watch my video, How to Conduct a PSYOP. This was the same dude I previously mildly traumatized using AI, who showed back up to keep fucking with me, using an alt account this time. I realized he was behind a couple of the alt accounts who had been doxing me relentlessly, and instead of making it clear I figured out who was behind them, I made a scathing diss track filled with Nardwuar-level info on his personal life. And then I posted it and lied and said Grok generated it based on his account. Lol. Oh, wait. So Grok didn't generate it? Which, at the time of me posting the track, he still thought was anonymous and unlinked to his identity. I mean, bro, why would you... Okay, Yeah, I think he's... I'm just going to gently say, I think Flesh Simulator is missing like a theory of mind, an understanding that not everybody who watches his video knows what the fuck he's talking about when he goes into these things. Because didn't he say before this, I got Grok to write this? Didn't he say that?
And then posting the diss track mid-argument and perform and record an original diss track, calling him out for that. Choosing to write, produce, perform, and record an original diss track about the topic, and then posting the diss track mid-argument and telling him that I had Grok generate a diss track.
So he did actually say it. Okay, well, you know what? That one's on me, I guess. I was in and out, to be honest, for a lot of the early part, but yeah, so he did say that he wrote it. Why would he say Grok wrote it, though? I don't really get that.
Based on his profile and accidentally breaking his brain completely. I'll play the diss track now.
I mean, I would like to see his reaction. If he really did break his brain, maybe that's a W for Flesh Simulator, I guess. But overall, I gotta say, I don't know. I think this was a L. I wouldn't call this one I wouldn't. I'm not gonna give him a tally mark in the win column for this one. Yeah, this is even more embarrassing because the song was so bad. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh yeah, this is for sure like written by AI. You can tell because the poetic meter is terrible. Wasn't this guy in a hip hop band? Isn't this guy a drummer? This guy should understand rhythm. But he's just, every line he's like forcing it in. You know what I actually think? I think he used ChatGPT to write it. And then he, recorded, obviously it's him singing it. And he posted it and said that Grok did everything. But, yeah, it's quite bad, eh? Excuse me. When the comment section gives you an overdeveloped sense of infallibility. Yeah, for sure. This is a prime case of that. Anyway, I'm glad you guys keep me humble. Yeah, I feel dumb I didn't get that 6 million. I feel dumb I didn't get that. He needs therapy and someone to disconnect his internet for a while. I think that's true. And to be fair, he kind of did. He deleted all of his videos for a while. Okay, he did it. He put out a video 3 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 1 month ago, 3 months ago. Sorry. But whatever. Listen, guys, don't matter. Good luck to you, Flesh Simulator, on your journey. Good luck to me. Hopefully this video of me watching one of your videos does well. I'm sorry that I'm forced to do this drama content, but listen, I got to keep the views going in. I'm trying to build up this this channel. It's not easy. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. I don't know. I'm struggling with it. What can I show you guys? You guys want to see my latest video performances? Let me check it out. I feel like this is fine to show you guys. Here's my channelytics. Doing better. Doing okay. Seems like we've been growing up. This is in the last 28 days. Let's check it out for the lifetime. You know, see that? We got some growth. And like at a certain point in the last couple weeks, I started doing 2 streams a week and just getting out like a lot more stuff. What was this big peak? I'm not sure. January 2026. I guess that was like probably from some Epstein stuff. For the when this one here, hang on. This one was from the Flesh Simulator video, right? Was that not there? Because I remember I put out all these Les Wexner videos and they did not do well at all. Because I did like a 4-hour stream on Les Wexner and then I was like, okay, I'll split this into different videos. Did not really work. What about this one? Is this one? Okay, so here was the first Flesh Simulator video. So that's where I got this big boost here. Boom. But and then I had a video that I put out with We Are in Hell that was that got a lot of people on the stream. That's probably this one here. Oh no, that was more recent. But yeah, I've been going up and up, you know? And you know, hey, like usually the big peaks are when I do like a video on ContraPoints or something like that, you know? Which I don't mind talking about ContraPoints, but I mean, you know, it's not like maybe the thing that I would most like to talk about. Anyway, yeah. How's the Erica Kirk video doing? That was a clickbait video for sure. 3 out of 10. I wasn't expecting the Tim Heidecker video to do so well. It was my #1 video. But yeah, you know. Alex Jones' video is doing good though, and this was one that's more like, yeah, this is kind of stuff that I like talking about. So that's cool. Butler, that's cool. Is it AI? Okay, so you know what? Like not so many, and like the Ben Bankus one, that's more drama. That was near the bottom. So that's kind of nice to see. Maybe I've evolved past the need for drama. We'll see. We'll see. It is nice. Maybe one day I'll get to show you guys what it looks like when I get a #1 video and there's like fireworks. It's pretty cool. Really makes you feel good. Makes the good chemicals go off in your brain. So it feels like your brain has those fireworks in it. You're like, I did it for you, YouTube. I did it for you. You liked it. You liked it a lot. Okay. Wow, my click-through rate on the Erica Kirk one is amazing, though. 10%? That's crazy. Usually it's like 2% or something. Can I compare that to my other videos? I don't know if I can. Oh, and I have lost 1 subscriber. Welp. Hey, it's not everything's perfect. Anyway. Okay. Engagement? Hype? I don't really know what I'm looking for. I was trying to see what more about the like click-through rate, but click-through rate. Can I do this where I look at how much my usual click-through rate is? Add comparison. Metric click-through rate. Look at all this stuff I can compare it to. Is this interesting? I feel like maybe this is a little bit boring, but it's kind of unusual, right? Like you guys, maybe if you're not a YouTuber, you don't see this side of YouTube very often. But I'm able to revenue interactions, dislikes, comments. Now I specifically want impressions click-through rate. Metric impressions compare with, compare. No. Wait, I want to compare. Yes. Let's compare the channel. Okay. And I want to compare. Sorry. Oh, God. I wish I knew more about how this works. And breakdown, click. No matching breakdown. Audience. Breakdown metrics. There we go. Now, I don't care about this. I just care about click-through rate. Impressions click-through rate. Yes. Huh. Why is that one on the bottom? Okay. Okay. Wait. Can I just, is there no way that I can just compare it to like my average video? That's annoying. I thought that would happen if I just clicked channel. But let's say compare that one to my number 2 right now. Does Alex Jones read? What? And I got nothing? This is confusing. Okay. Maybe it should be last 7 days. Okay, you know what? I broke it and I can't figure out how to fix it. But in any case, that's a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. And yeah, I hope I didn't give you guys any information that you can use against me. But if so, I don't know, maybe that could be drama. Real quick, I don't appreciate the thumbnail. Adderall is amphetamines. If you have ADHD, Adderall actually makes you calm, not energetic. My 2 cents. And I am still subscribed. Love Gob. Oh, the thumbnail for this stream, you mean? Because I have like my Adderall in my hand? Okay, that's fair. Yeah. When I started taking Adderall, it was like I did feel like it was like amping me up, and it was giving me like not a paradoxical effect. I was like, oh, I have more energy now. But now I don't necessarily like it. Pretty soon after I started taking it, that effect kind of waned off, and it was just like, oh, I'm much more able to focus, much more able to like sit still and like do shit. Man, when I started taking Adderall, it was so nuts. It was so like the way that like my doctor just gave it to me, didn't tell me anything about it. I just like was not prepared for it at all. I really wish there was more of a, I don't know, like an education about what the drug that you're taking is going to do. And I didn't start taking Adderall till I was like 34 or something like that. So I was kind of late to the game. But yeah, I got, is that right, Mr. E? The ballistics report of the Charlie Kirk shooting's been released? Dang, I would love to go into that stuff. Maybe we'll save that for Sunday though. Hell yeah. Sorry, what was I talking about? ADHD meds? But yeah, I do find like, I don't know if it's like a placebo, but like basically as soon as I put the Adderall pill in my mouth, okay, and it's not necessarily like I've got, like it helps me focus, I guess. Sorry. What I'm saying is it's not necessarily that it's, like energizing me, I guess, but it's like, it helps me focus and it helps me be like, okay, I got stuff to do today and I'm going to be able to organize my thoughts. And I do take, I take like my, what's it called? XLR, extended release or something like that, where it's supposed to like slowly release over the course of the day. So I take it in the morning and you get like the kind of the strongest hit of it. And then throughout the day, are supposed to get re-upped on that shit. Anyway, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you have ADHD or you think you might have ADHD, I recommend doing a lot of research about it because your doctor might not tell you the stuff that you need to know. I got like, I remember, okay, so when I originally started taking it, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Fuck, I definitely have ADHD. I didn't even have ADHD. Like, sorry, I mean, I had it, but I didn't even have a diagnosis. I was kind of confused because I was like, what do I do? How do I find out if I have ADHD? And I talked to my doctor and he was like, here, you want to just start taking Adderall? I was like, okay. I didn't have a prescription, just started giving me drugs. I didn't have like a diagnosis. And I was like, oh, I definitely have ADHD then, because this stuff is like, it's like night and day. Suddenly I'm able to actually get things done. Like I can actually make a schedule and stick to it. I'm like everything. It just made me think like, fuck, my whole life, I've had a lot of trouble doing, simple tasks that like everybody else seems to easily do. And, I was just kind of, it's nice to have the diagnosis now and the medication, but it's also sort of sad. Like, where would I be in life if I had been diagnosed earlier and I'd gotten medicated earlier? Like maybe I would have done better in school. Maybe I would have done better at some of my old jobs. You know what I mean? I don't know. Not that I really would want to still be doing any of my old jobs, but I don't know. Maybe some of them. Who knows? Who knows where my life would have been without ADHD? Or with ADHD, properly medicated. And I don't know. There's a whole thing. I don't know. I try to take like the lowest active dose, and my doctor was also like, "You want to double your dose?" I was like, "Why?" Like the one I'm working is good. And he's like, "Yeah, but like you're on." My doctor actually said this to me. He's like, "Right now you're taking, how do I put this? You're taking the high school girl dose." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, let's double it." Like I was like, "Oh, I'm not a pussy." Oh, like he's like kind of like emasculated me but based on the dose I was taking. So I doubled it, and I was like, "This is too much." So I actually brought it back down. I'm sort of in the middle. My Adderall, I take 15 milligrams. It's quite brutal. I did eventually get a diagnosis, official diagnosis from Frida during COVID, which was amazing because it was it free? I think it was free. It was just like a phone call, but it sucked because they asked me during the thing, and I always am. See, this is dumb of me. I always try to be honest with my doctors because I know that like a lot of people lie to their doctors, and I also have the temptation to lie to my doctors. And I didn't lie to my doctor, who was supposed to prescribe me Adderall or whatever drug, Vyvanse probably from Frida. They were like, "Do you smoke? Do you do any other drugs?" And I was like, "Yes." And I gave them like full list of all the drugs I do. And they're like, "Okay, well, you passed the test. You definitely have ADHD, and we will not prescribe you anything because you are addicted to drugs." I was like, "What? What do you mean? No, I'm not." And they're like, "Well, you told me that you do this and this and this." I was like, those are psychedelics, man. I do those like every 6 months. That's not addiction. What do you mean? Like, still, you ticked off a box and made so that we can't give you the stuff that you need for your brain. It's like, crap. But anyway, it was fine because I was already getting it from my crazy doctor. My doctor who was like a high school bully. "Oh, you're taking the girl dose." What a weird thing for a doctor to say. Anyway, I don't have that doctor anymore. In fact, I don't have a doctor anymore. I've moved to Montreal, and I'm currently trying to find a doctor who can prescribe me, and it is a nightmare. But I will figure it out. Yeah, it's so annoying you end up having to lie, bad for harm reduction. Yeah, totally. I mean, like, wouldn't you rather I told you the truth? You want me to lie to you? Like, okay, I guess I can, but fuck, I don't want to. It's been a while. Somewhere in a little bar in Texas, Arms Wide Open is playing on the radio, and Alex Jones is crying softly into his beer. Who does Alex think of when he hears that song? With arms wide open, Under the sunlight. Because that's a song about having a baby, like becoming a father. Maybe Alex Jones is like, there is no father. He's got his arms wide open. It's a false flag. He's got like kind of a Sandy Hook opinion about that. And you guys talk about. I missed the thing about youth pastors. Hang on a second. Why isn't this? Why can't I scroll? What the heck? Oh, there we go. Diss tracks are cool, but I prefer bliss tracks. You could be a cool youth pastor with lines like that. Do cool and youth pastor go well together? Pulls out acoustic guitar. They sure do, friend. Here's a song about the coolest youth pastor of all time. My pal, Jesus. Jesus is a youth pastor. Yes, he is. It'd be like a youth pastor who really overestimates how cool he is. And he's like, how can I get the kids to love Jesus? I know. I'll just tell them that Jesus is kind of like me. He's like, you guys all think that I'm a god. Well, so is Jesus Christ. That could be funny. That could be a fun little bit. Fun character. And now we're talking about ADHD stuff. Takes a minimum of years on a waiting list here to get a diagnosis where you can even start meds. Oh, God. So I keep procrastinating. See, that's the worst thing about fucking ADHD is like, God. Like, I am currently procrastinating getting a family doctor here in Montreal, where I live. God, I'm giving a lot of information about myself. But whatever, it's fine. I've been able to somehow just keep getting my old doctor from the old city I lived in to mail me my drugs. That seems crazy that went on for so long, for like over 2 years since I moved here. And I'm running out. I got like less than a month left of my current pills. So I've been trying not to take them that much. I've been doing them 5 days a week. Taking, giving myself a little weekend break, which is good, right? You shouldn't be taking it every day. If you take Adderall, that's another thing that they don't tell you. You should try to take at least 1 day a week off. You want to be taking the least amount possible. Yeah, lowest active dose. I tried Vyvanse for a while. I did not like it. Did not work for me. It really felt like I was taking nothing at all. But also, the doctor, again, different doctor, was like, okay, you're on 15 milligrams of Adderall. I'll switch you over to 15 milligrams of Vyvanse. And I was like, okay, great. And I took it, didn't even notice an effect. I was like, fuck, I feel like I haven't taken my Adderall today. And then I looked it up, and it's like, Vyvanse, it's like a totally different dosage. Like, you're supposed to take way more Vyvanse. I forget the exact conversion rate, but I was like, and I went to my doctor like the next month, and I was like, dude, can we up it? Because like I'm getting nothing out of this. And he was like, yeah, sure, okay, let's try it. And I got even the upper dose that I could sort of feel it, but it just wasn't working for me, which I'm sort of okay with, because Adderall, the generic Adderall, is a lot less expensive than the other stuff. Procrastinatoria, I like that. I like that one. Yeah, that's a good one. It sucks how many hoops you got to jump through to get an ADHD medication. It sucks how many hoops I got to jump through right now to get somebody to prescribe me drugs. As somebody with the fucking disease, that makes it hard for me to jump through all those hoops. Make it a little easier, guys. If anyone from the New World Order global government is watching this, can you please make it easier for people with ADHD to get diagnosis and prescriptions? Can you do that, please? You're allowed to do all the other stuff that you want to do. You can reduce the population of the earth by 80%. Whatever needs to be done for the New World Order. But please, can you make it a little bit easier to have ADHD in this world? All right, gang. I will leave you there. That's all I gotta say. And keep on rocking in the free world. Thanks forward, faith up.
Thanks forward, faith up.
Hell yeah. And to all the Flesh Simulator fans out there,
you were fucked forever.
No, not that.
I have built a monument to your failures.
No, not that one either.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. Yeah, maybe that's most appropriate. Okay. Bye, everybody.
I wanted to air this because I
I got sent this and I saw this and I watched most of it. I didn't see it all this morning. It's like 30 minutes long, but I watched part of it. And the guy's saying he's criticizing me because you do that, you don't get banned by the algorithm. And he's just one surfer coming on the waves we created. So he pretty much gets it. I thought it was entertaining and informative. He's also got a pretty ridiculous name, Extra Chill Goblin. We always like goblin jokes. I don't know why. I made goblin jokes years ago. They became super viral, so whatever. Yeah. We'll air that. So here's Extra Chill Goblin, and then Harrison Smith takes over. Here it is. Extra Chill Goblin. He pretty much gets it. Dirty. He's also got a pretty ridiculous name. Extra Chill Goblin Vomit, Slop, and Blood. I thought it was entertaining and informative. He's got a goblin guide charging into a goblin's nest. I don't want to see him kissing goblins. I just don't want to catch him in bed with a goblin. Literal empire belly goblins are hobbling around coming after us. Extra chill goblin.